Stars return to action tonight. They'll welcome in the Denver Nuggets to the Frost Bank Center. Victor Wembanyama is questionable for tonight's game with an ankle injury. Tip-off is set for 8 o'clock and will be televised on FanDuel Sports Network. Cowboys trading defensive tackle Osa Odigizua to the San Francisco 49ers for a third-round pick. That would be the 92nd overall in this year's draft. Frees up about $16 million in salary cap.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, you know what? It's just as good as a Mellow Monday, Jason Minix.
What is that?
A Mellow Thursday.
Oh, I see
That's
what
it
there.
is. We're at Mellow Mushroom here at Stone Oak Parkway in Loop 1604. And, boy, I tell you what, life is good. Just had a great pizza. And looking forward to a great day here at Mellow Mushroom. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix. This is a great day. It's going to be.
Well, it is because we had a great lunch. Might need a nap here in a minute as soon as we figure out the headphone volume. Caden will get that figured out. But come hang out with us. Already see on YouTube. Sam's like, I was thinking about going, but traffic. Screw that.
Traffic.
Get over here.
No
Does 281 still back up?
No.
Are you still breathing? Yes. But if you leave now, it's not going to be backed up. You got plenty of time to get here, and there's no better happy hour.
Oh, my God.
Their happy hour is half off everything behind the bar.
Everything.
Everything behind the bar is half off.
There's some good stuff behind that bar.
There is.
There really is some good stuff. Get on out here. Not only that, you got to have a pizza.
Yeah.
Or anything else they serve here at Mellow Mushroom. It's all good. But the pizza we had was outstanding.
Well, it's my favorite pizza here, the Mighty Meter. And I know, like they said, tell people to come by and try the Holy Shiitake pizza. You got to say that fast. I don't even know what that is.
Shiitake?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's
like
on
sushi.
it. I think if you take the first part of it, it makes you say "Holy bleep." That's on a pizza.
Okay.
But they can't put "Holy" on a pizza on a menu, but they can say "Holy Shiitake."
I'll take it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
You got, right?
You gotta
like
be careful,
that, or Shay's
right?
trying to get me fired. One of the two.
Song you dong.
Exactly what's going on there. But come try that. It also says add steak to a pizza.
Wow.
Add steak.
Not bad.
Now, I also say sauteed mushrooms. I'm not going to do that.
No, dude, I would do that. I like mushrooms.
I don't like mushrooms. I'm a firm believer that pineapple does not belong on pizza, but if you want pineapple on your pizza, you can do that here. We'll make fun of you, but all their pizzas here are so incredible.
Well, you just have to eat
really
over there so I don't have to watch you ruin a good pizza with pineapple on it.
I mean, again, if you want pineapple on your pizza, we'll make fun of you. But it's a possibility. They got all kinds of stuff. They've got something that's perfect for you, Joe. It's called the Lucky Buzz. Vodka, pineapple, and melon featured today.
Wow.
Yeah.
I may have to try that at some point.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Mellow Mushroom. Stone Oak Parkway in 1604. Don't worry about a little traffic.
Traffic's fine.
Traffic's fine.
Come on.
And you could win some great prizes. We've got some SeaWorld and Aquatica tickets to give away.
We absolutely do, and you got to come here and register for them to do that. So we're going to give those away. It makes it worth it if you got to wait in traffic for 20 minutes. It's nothing. Nothing. Come on.
Hey, get over here.
I got over here, no problem.
Well, so did I.
There was no traffic.
Did I mention that it's half off happy hour?
Half off.
Half off.
Hour. Everything behind the bar, not just a few things, everything.
Everything is half off, Monday through Friday, by the way,
Yes.
their happy hour. And today's Thursday.
So that
So
applies.
It applies.
Okay.
And it ends at 6. So we're going to have to put in a massive drink order at 5:58.
I'm going to do that
as soon as we get off the air.
Right before 6, I will I'll place an order or two and have them stash it behind the bar there somewhere. But it's good. Yeah, get on out here. I love being out here at Mellow Mushroom. It's a great place. A lot of fun. A lot of people out here enjoying the fine food that they have here. So come on out here and join us. And, you might win some SeaWorld tickets. Perfect thing for spring breakers.
Yeah, absolutely. Aquatica. I mean, it's it's free. And, if it's free, it's for me.
Absolutely.
That is always your saying. So much going on in the world of sports, so much to talk about. Of course, you got conference tournament basketball games going on right now. Texas Tech just got flat out destroyed. We were kind of watching that while eating pizza at lunch, but then it was like, well, this is turning into a blowout. And it looked like it was going to be a blowout for Texas Tech.
They got up by, it was like, I saw before I left the radio station, it was like 17-6 or something like that. Tech was up. They got off to a great start, and then Iowa State turned it on. And then, just literally kicked their butt. So that's the way that it goes. I don't know if Tech may still be, March Madness bound, tournament bound.
Yeah, they are.
Not sure. Texas was another team, Jason, that lost last night, kind of embarrassingly.
Kind of.
And they're waiting. They're on the bubble now.
I mean, they're on the bubble. I think the Longhorns are get in. They're probably going to be one of those 11 seeds that might have to play their way in. Texas Tech is going to be a 4 or 5 seed. What happened today might drop them from the 4 to the 5. A&M is, they're going to be a high single-digit seed. And that's what, I mean, as much as I love March Madness, outside of the Houston Cougars, I almost said no Texas team, outside of the Houston Cougars, I don't know if there's anybody that could make a deep run. And this Houston team that made the Final Four a year ago, I would love, because they're led by a kid from Brennan High School. I don't know if they're as good as they were last year, can they make another run back to the Final Four? And it almost feels like Duke and Florida and everybody else.
Well, I tell you what. Well, there's a lot of teams. I think Michigan is a team that can make a run and have an opportunity to win this thing. But yeah, Duke's playing well. Florida is just all of a sudden the second half of the season has started playing really good ball. But I get concerned about that because, back-to-back winners, you typically don't have those. And so I'm not sure that they will be able to repeat. But they got a good team, that's for sure, and they're going to be right there.
Well, and then you look at it and you say, okay, it's the tournament. There's always upsets. Duke. And I heard one of the dudes on ESPN radio talking about how good this Duke team is. And they've got 2 losses. And both of them were like, really, you lost that one? Otherwise, we'd be talking about this Duke team as maybe one of the greatest teams ever, except for they have those 2 losses. But still, you watch them play, losing to North Carolina in that rivalry, all right, cool, and whatever the other loss was. But they might be one of the best college basketball teams ever, but with those 2 losses, they're not in that conversation yet. But if they go cut down the nets, they will be.
Well, certainly. They're going to be a number 1 seed. You know that. So, Duke. That's almost to the level of Notre Dame. Not quite, but almost. And I don't want them to win it. I really don't want them to win it.
Well, it's not Coach K anymore. Why do you hate Duke?
It's Duke.
I mean, well, see, we had this conversation kind of earlier today with Jason Thompson from the Ancira Auto Group, because we did our Bracket for a Cause random selection today, which was a lot of fun. If you were a charity that entered that, 113 charities, 64 you made the bracket. It's live on YouTube, or not live on. It lives on YouTube now. We did it live on YouTube earlier, but even Jason had said, I mean, now that Coach K's gone, his hate for Duke isn't what it was. And I was like, how did you hate Coach K?
Well, I don't mind Coach K. The great coach. He's a legend, but I don't Duke. I guess they're kind of like Kansas City, where you're like, again.
Oh,
Come on.
You hate greatness, sustained greatness.
Well, no, I mean, I just want to see somebody else, and that was what was good. And we got to watch this live and in person last year when Florida won the whole thing. beat Duke, if I recall, with Cooper Flagg. And so, that was a lot of fun. But I would love to pull for Florida. I would love to see them repeat again. They're playing well. Michigan's good. Arizona's good. I mean, there's some good teams out there, and it's going to be a fun tournament, as it always
is. And, again, conference tournament play underway right now. They're showing highlights from the Texas Tech Iowa State game. Again, Iowa State ends up winning by a lot. And that's a team down the stretch. They're playing really good basketball at the right time. Far better than what that floor is that they've unveiled.
Dude, that floor is awful.
Awful.
It looks like watching a movie from the 1920s.
A movie from the 20s.
I mean, it's awful.
How many movies from the 20s have you watched?
I haven't watched any, I don't think.
It's supposed to be this new modern age thing, the technical aspect of the crazy stuff they can do, not this Zapruder film.
Well, it's black and white. I mean, there's no color to it. It's like you hardly even see the players out there. They just kind of disappear into this ugly floor.
I
mean, we just have a basketball floor. Well, I mean, why do we have to have this all this other junk?
Well, because it's designed for advertising.
Well, whatever.
Because they'll be able to. Have you ever noticed on TV now when you're watching a basketball game, the logos on the floor change because they could do that?
Yeah.
That's only on TV. They don't change like that in the arena. Watching hockey, which I know you do a lot of, Joe Reinagel, but you'll see the dashboard advertisements constantly change. Those are for television, not for the people that are in the arena. This floor, if they can figure out all it's going to have ads on it, it could end up being like a NASCAR.
Well, it's ugly. It's ugly as hell.
That's
all I know. Now they're showing the floor right now. I guess Arizona's about to play. Now they went to a commercial, but it was different. So the floor changes colors. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
You can change colors on the floor.
Yeah.
All right, then why do they keep it on the ugly, gray, black and white looking floor?
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
because they're waiting for somebody to buy it to change the ugly color. They're waiting for some rich dude and company to say, you know what? My logo looks better than that. Here's a couple of dollars.
Well, you got Arizona playing. Make the floor blue. Blue or red or something, but not instead of just gray. It looks awful. So do something about that.
Maybe that's what they want to do. I take it you didn't watch the demo video of that where the guy's walking around the court and all the different logos were changing. The center court went from Colorado to Arizona State to Texas Tech. You didn't watch that video?
Well,
it was cool.
I hope
I'm
they make a lot of money.
Well, no, you don't.
Well, I hope they do.
You don't give a damn if they do.
The floor is awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
And this is the time, honestly, and truth be told, I don't follow college basketball really hard and heavy.
I don't think you have to tell anybody that.
Until now.
Yeah.
I mean, now I really start studying this stuff. And
everybody does.
And look, these people know we're transparent. I don't give a damn. But I'm just saying now it's like I get into it. I'm keeping up with it. I go back and figure out who's been playing and who's been doing what. And that's what makes it fun, a little research project. I feel like I'm back in college.
Exactly. Except for you can have beer while you're researching.
Well, I could have beer then, too.
While you're in class. While you're in class.
Well, this is true.
Exactly.
But that was my problem back in college. Yes, I had a lot of beer before I went into class or other things. But I digress.
But I mentioned while we're here at Mellow Mushroom today, we will also be here on 420. April 20th. We'll be live out here for their celebration.
Okay. They celebrate that? I mean, is it like a
look around, my friend?
So, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yes. Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to walk in here that way.
What is so funny, my friend?
Now that you mention it, well, I mean the paintings on the wall and the lights, and you could just kind of go, whoa.
Well, really?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It would be a lot of fun, no doubt about it. We got a lot to get into today. And again, can we just say thanks to April Ensir and Jason Thompson one more time, because what we did this morning was a lot of fun. Not only that, a shout out to all the nonprofits that are – I had no idea there were that many nonprofits in this area.
There are a lot. And one of the things in putting this together was verifying all these nonprofits, 501(c)(3)s or whatever it is. And even some of them, I'm like, there's a bunch. And what's cool is there's a bunch that I've never heard of that made the bracket, right? That now have a chance at winning $50,000.
$50,000
or $10,000.
Yeah,
There's 60,000 up for grabs for nonprofits. We did the bracket earlier today. Texas Ramp Project got the 1 seed in the East, which is likely to be Duke. I saw the San Antonio Zoos, a 2 seed in the Midwest, I believe. And because you're trying to figure out like who has the chance really at the 50. And then you're going, all right, well, you got a chance at 10,000, but you probably don't have a chance at 50. But as random as we tried to make it and as spread out as it is, it was a lot of fun. Again, if you want to watch how we put the bracket together, it's on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. The Ancira Auto Group ponying up $60,000 for charity. April Ancira, Jason Thompson, and their son Gunnar, the birthday boy, 16 today, came in to help us put together that bracket, which was a lot more work than I thought it would be once we got going. If we do that again, I'm not the note taker.
Well, yeah, but you can't even read your own writing. That was embarrassing.
What do you mean?
It was embarrassing. I don't know what this is. Can you look back in there and so you see who this is?
There was only one because what I wrote down didn't match what was on the list, and then we figured out why. Yeah. And I could read my own notes, but I had to do it right then.
That's the beauty of having that on YouTube because it lives.
Yep.
And so we went back and watched and make sure everything was right. It is, and we are good to go. So on Sunday, Selection Sunday, if you're one of those nonprofits that made the bracket, you go in, you figure out what team you'll be rooting for, either to win the whole thing or to get destroyed. Either way, whatever applies to you. Lots to talk about today, and including the Spurs with another big game tonight. They take on the Denver Nuggets here inside the Frost Bank Center. The Nuggets just destroyed the Houston Rockets last night. Completely destroyed those guys. Another big game, the Celtics taking on OKC. So both of those games we are going to be following, and we're talking about them. When we continue here live from Mellow Mushroom, Stone Oak Parkway and Loop 1604, get on down here and join us. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
I don't want none of this dog. I like him. But when you pick him up, he gets excited and he pees on you.
Don't pick him up then.
Right, but he's looking at you so damn cute. Oh, come on, he won't do it this time. You got to look at your shirt. You're like, did he get me? No, he didn't. You look down. Oh, he got me again.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Got wrecked? Got a pain in your neck? Thomas J. Henry is your next call. Thomas J. Henry has put over $1 billion in our clients' pockets in just 4 years. And we can help you too. Just look at our over 14,000 5-star reviews. The numbers and our clients speak for themselves. So if you've been in a car accident, visit ThomasJHenryLaw.com today. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal office in San Antonio.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-216-1635 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-216-1635. That's 800-216-1635. What do you have to lose? Call 800-216-1635. Again, 800-216-1635.
Flight by Yingling is the presenting sponsor of the 94-1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament on March 30th, and they're giving you the chance to win big. Register now to win a set of custom golf clubs valued at $2,800. Imagine hitting the course with custom clubs while enjoying a crisp Flight by Yingling, just 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Head to yingling.com/golf to enter. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older to win. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
The most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And Tax Slayer is here to help you file. We guarantee 100% accuracy and your maximum refund. Those are some good numbers. And you can trust me because I'm a talking calculator. Did I mention Tax Slayer even has support from real U.S.-based humans? If you have any questions along the way, beat the rush and start for free today. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a cybersecurity engineer at a publicly traded company.
We've been hacked! They're through our firewall!
How is that even possible?
They got my password.
Please don't tell me your password was password.
It's actually password 1.
This is a job for Sponsored Jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor. Hire now and sponsor your job today.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
We are back here live out at Mellow Mushroom, 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway, and it's a great place to be. Happy you are joining us here on The Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And happy to have you along on a Thursday afternoon. This is a good place to be, well, any day, but especially on a Thursday afternoon. And we're calling it Mellow Thursday, just like we do Mellow Monday, Jason Minnick.
Yeah, but it's hard to say it's Mellow. Can I get my headphones up a little bit more, Caden? The idea, I mean, Mellow Mondays are cool.
Yeah,
Thursday, we're closer to the weekend, so we're kicking off the weekend to get things going. And at Mellow Mushroom, whether you're getting one of the pizzas, we had the Mighty Meter for lunch.
We did.
And to me, that's my best, the best pizza here, but it's all the meats. It's everything. The bacon is fantastic. It's everything. You want vegetables on your pizza? You can do that.
That's up to you.
That's up to you. We'll make fun of you. Don't put pineapple on your pizza, but they offer that.
Well, pineapple's not a vegetable.
Well, you know what I mean.
I don't mind a few vegetables on my pizza. A time or two, it's okay. Some of them. It just depends. But no pineapple. That is for sure. I tell you what, we've got a game tonight. The Spurs have been through a gauntlet, and they've come out clean on the other side thus far. But they still have that gauntlet tonight with the Denver Nuggets coming in. The good news is the Nuggets had to play last night in Denver, so I'm sure they got here early this morning. But they simply destroyed the Houston Rockets last night. And this Nuggets team, Jason, has been just up and down all year long. Some nights they play fantastic basketball. Some nights not so much. So you just don't know what you're going to get game in and game out.
You know, one of the things when I think about the Denver Nuggets, I mean, because they're 40-26. You know, the Spurs are 48-17. But I look at this Denver team, you know, a recent NBA champion, and I kind of feel like the way we talked about the Spurs during their championship run. Yeah, I mean, you question what's wrong with them. Are they inconsistent? All these different kinds of things. I mean, but the reality is once the playoffs begin, they scare the hell out of me. And that's kind of how it was with the Spurs during their championship runs. Seeding didn't matter. Are they going to be playing their best basketball when the playoffs begin? And when you got a player like the Joker, when you look at some of that roster, there is, as Greg Popovich would say, the appropriate fear. I don't look at Denver and think, all right, that's a struggling basketball team. They're inconsistent. No, that's a team that is doing more than treading water, but they're treading water waiting for the postseason, it kind of feels like. Houston is one of those teams that, pretender-contender conversation. I think they're in that pretender category, especially with what we saw San Antonio do to them, what happened to them last night. Good teams don't have that happen that often.
Right.
They're good, but they're still pretenders.
Sure.
I think Denver is a legit contender. And although I think for Denver, seeding matters for them. You go back to that Athletic article a little more than a week ago where they were talking about no disrespect to San Antonio, but the 3 seed is where all these teams want to be. And I think that especially for Denver holds true.
Well, there's a big battle for that 3rd seed.
Yeah.
That's for sure. A lot of teams there and trying to snag that thing. Minnesota got destroyed last night by the LA Lakers. So, I mean, the West is the West, and you just don't know night in and night out. Spurs in Oklahoma City just keep winning, and they're fantastic. OKC with a difficult game tonight. They have the Boston Celtics in town. Good news for OKC, bad news for the Spurs. Jason Tatum will not play tonight. He's going to rest that Achilles injury. They don't want to push him too much minute-wise, so he will not play tonight. And Derek White is a game-time decision for the Celtics.
Which, again, you look at a matchup like that, and you want everybody available to you. And when you get a marquee matchup like that, no Tatum, all right, cool. They're used to playing without him. Derek White not playing tonight, and then you go, well, that one is just going to be an easy one for OKC. But then again, Jaylen Brown still, I think, is pissed off what happened to him in San Antonio and might have something to say about that.
Yeah, no doubt. Jaylen Brown will be back in the lineup tonight, so that's going to be interesting. As for the Spurs, as good as they are playing ball right now, can they continue that and do that? We've got about 20 games left. I keep saying that, and I'll have to get a total, but still a long way to go before the playoffs begin. So a lot of things can happen. A lot of things can take place before that happens. I just hope they keep shooting the way they're shooting, because they've been on fire. They simply have been on fire. And so if they can continue to do that, and Wemby just seems to be getting better with every game that he plays, and that's certainly a good sign.
Well, again, 17 games left in the regular season.
Okay.
We talked about the Phil 40-20 rule. The way the Spurs are playing, they might get to 50 wins before their 20th loss, right?
Possible.
And well, if they don't, something bad has happened, because they're 48-17. But Wemby showing up on the injury report with an ankle.
That's true.
And I'm not overly concerned unless he doesn't play. But we know how the rules are in the NBA, and, if there's something not right. But I do find it interesting that all of a sudden, and again, you never know when these things pop up. I don't want to see him miss games. He doesn't have a lot that he could miss over the final 17 games. I think it's either 3 or 4 for him to be eligible for Defensive Player of the Year, eligible for MVP, to finish second to SGA. But when you look at it, anytime that guy's on the injury report, there's a little bit of concern. I can't wait to see, as we get closer to the start of the game, if his status changes. Like if he misses, you go, okay, then it must be something serious, because I don't think Wemby would just sit out for a precaution at this point. I know he will put, and don't, what I'm saying and what I mean, I know might contradict, but team success is priority for Wemby. So when I say this, I'm not saying it's not, but postseason awards seem to be very important for Wemby. So I don't think he would say, I'm going to sit this one out. I don't want to play the Joker. I just need a Thursday night off. He's not going to do that and take himself out of that running. But if there is something serious, I think he would do that to make sure that he is healthy once the playoffs begin, so they can achieve their ultimate team goals.
Well, and I think that's a great point that you make, because Look, it is all about the playoffs. Spurs are going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be the number 2 seed at the very worst. They still have an opportunity to keep that number 1 seed, but they're going to be there. They pretty much know where they're locked into. So, look, I would not be opposed, though, to not missing games. But if Mitch Johnson wants to take Wemby out after 20 minutes and sit him down, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I really wouldn't be opposed to it. Keep him as fresh as possible while still maintaining the games that he needs to maintain to be eligible for those postseason awards. So, again, now they can help themselves if they're blowing somebody out, and you can limit those minutes. But again, I would if you want to play Wemby and keep him on the bench a little bit, I'm okay with it as long as he continues to keep the game streak alive and those games that he needs to be. But you want to limit those minutes, I'm fine with that.
It's going to be a fun one tonight, though. Denver.
Should be, yeah.
And again, I say fun if you get that Joker-Wemby matchup, and how often you're going to get that Joker-Wemby matchup.
It's going to be fun to watch, isn't it? It really is going to be fun to watch. Two guys that are really, and I know we call the alien Wemby, but Joker fits in that category too. I mean, he really does. The guy is a big man who can bang, he can shoot, he can do it all. So you're right. This will be a good matchup tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. And I just like watching Spurs basketball again, especially this time of year. It's a lot of fun.
Dude, it's so great to have meaningful basketball.
I'm telling you.
In San Antonio.
Yes.
After the rodeo road trip. Because it hasn't been that way for far too long. And it looks like we're at the beginning of having another great long run of always being in the postseason. Whether, will it be what it was? I mean, maybe not. But it's fun to be in the mix again. It's fun to, see the Spurs in the first, block of whichever TV show you're watching, whether it's Get Up or First Take or Sports Center. Now granted, there's conference tournaments going on. There's NFL free agency. So they might not be the lead story every night, but probably before that first commercial break, they're going to be talking about Spurs and Nuggets tonight on Sports Center.
Without a doubt, they will be, because it's two of the monsters in the West getting together inside the Frostbank Center tonight. That's for sure. All right, let's switch gears. We'll talk a little NFL free agency. And Cowboys, we got introduced to their newest player, Rashawn Gary. He spoke to the media today. And what's up with Brandon Aubrey? I haven't heard much about Brandon Aubrey's situation, but he's talking about it. We'll hear from him as well when we continue here live from Mellow Mushroom. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We talk about meaningful basketball, but we all love football. All levels of football I love, and that's why I'm excited about season number 6 for the San Antonio Gunslingers. Their first home game is coming up on Sunday, March 29th. They kick it off at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, taking on those hated Tulsa Oilers down there at Freeman Coliseum. It is fun. Indoor football is a lot of fun. Full contact, high level, nonstop excitement. You get the big hits. You get the crazy catches. So much fun. It's kind of a combination of football and hockey, maybe a little NASCAR with the collisions. If you get those seats down there on the floor, you might have players, landing in your lap. I mean, you gotta pay attention, like having a seat down the first baseline, man, head on a swivel. But it is so much fun, especially when you are that close to the action. It is family friendly, so much fun. Get your tickets now, SanAntonioGunslingers.com. Single game and full season packages are available now. And again, season number 6 for the San Antonio Gunslingers. Freeman Coliseum for their first home game Sunday, March 29th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Get your tickets now at SanAntonioGunslingers.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Progressive presents Heroes That Keep Truckers Going. Today's hero, the Rest Up Bathroom Custodian. Is there toilet paper? No. Paper towels? No. Clean stalls? Also no. But the soap dispenser is full, and that counts for something. Thanks, hero. Know what else keeps truckers going? Progressive's expanded cargo protection through their enhanced Cargo Plus coverage. Get a quote at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Not available in California.
4. All right, fellas. Quick heads up. The 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic at the Golf Club of Texas on Monday, March 30th.
Yeah, it's officially sold out.
But don't worry, you can still be part of the fun. Join us after the round for the ultimate golf after party at 90 Proof Bar and Grill at Lucky Road Ranch and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and about 1,000 exaggerated stories about the one drive that almost hit the fairway. The sold-out Spring Golf Classic, presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Jim B, and Sarah Auto Group, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails, PPL Motorhomes, and Hornitos Tequila.
We are back here live at Mellow Mushroom, 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. That's where we're at. You need to be here as well. Happy hour is about to get underway here in about 20 minutes or so. And half off everything is what we were told. Everything that's behind the bar, half off. Beginning at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So you got some time to get out here and get that done and hang out with us. Come on. I'm Joe Reinigle. He's Jason Minix. And we're good guys to hang out with.
We are. And you can win some tickets to go to SeaWorld and Aquatica, which will be a lot of fun. Obviously, spring break, you look for something to do with the kids or just for yourself to get away. Maybe save those for the summertime when it's blazing hot outside and you want to go get in a great pool. Always a fun time out there at SeaWorld, and get registered.
Absolutely.
And get some pizza here at Mellow Mushroom. So good.
Oh, it's outstanding. But they got other stuff, too, that's outstanding here. So come on out here. We'll make it worth your while for sure, and you'll have a good time. It is Thursday, by the way, which, it might as well be the weekend. It's
well, it kind of is for us.
Right? Well, it kind of is.
It kind of is for us.
Kind of is. But, yeah, that's all right. So come out and hang out with us, and we'll have some fun out here at Mellow Mushroom. Again, it's 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Easy to get to from just about anywhere. NFL free agency, Jason, interesting, kind of a little more quiet today, although there's been some stuff happening. As far as the Cowboys go, though, it really has been kind of quiet today. However, we had an opportunity to hear from one of the newest Cowboys. That would be defensive end Rashawn Gary. who was in at the Star yesterday signing his new contract.
Yeah, that's official. No turning back for the Cowboys. I think once Max Crosby went to Baltimore before Baltimore backed out of the deal, we could rehash that if you want, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows all the details there. And the idea that the Cowboys might get back in the mix, it doesn't feel like it, right? As soon as that happened, they went with plan B, and they're going down that road. I don't know that they are going to change. But Rashawn Gary said, he was thrilled. It was his first reaction when he heard the trade news.
Yeah, when I got the call, really, having my emotions, they was everywhere, surreal at the same time, just understanding the connections that I have here, and the coaching staff, just made it feel like my second home, especially, my family being here, and, just a great experience.
Yep, no doubt. And look, he seems excited to be there, and that's the main thing. You're happy about that. You're going from one iconic franchise to another.
But he doesn't have to wear yellow pants anymore. And as he told at DallasCowboys.com, reuniting with a good teammate, good friend like Kenny Clark and that coaching staff makes this transition a lot easier.
Yeah, this just his whole, experience. Just everything, the Cowboys organization is putting together. I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to be, to start up some change, in the right way. And, the guys that you named, especially being able to come back, play with a guy that I know and just his work ethic and what what the game of football means to KC, means the same to me. So I just can't wait to go to work and show the Cowboys Nation what I'm all about.
Show Cowboys that and the Cowboys are hoping you do that, and they're hoping what you're all about is getting to the quarterback and causing some chaos, because that's exactly what the Cowboys need.
Well, and the biggest cliche non-answer is when Cowboys.com, DallasCowboys.com asked him what is the Cowboys' vision for him.
Yeah, just come in, be me, let the expectations be what they are, but just come in and be the guy that they want to hear.
There you go. That's it. Just be me, and they want to hear. So, I'm not sure what he meant by that, but okay.
Well, and he's able to play multiple fronts in that 3-4 defense.
Yeah, I'm excited, being able to have multiple fronts and being able to be a part of those multiple fronts and being an impact. But something I'm comfortable in, and like I said, I just can't wait to get to work.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what I do like about Rashawn Gary, he doesn't go on and on and on and on. I mean, he gets right to the point, and bam, he's in, he's out, and we're moving on.
Are you kidding? They did a 10-minute interview in a minute and a half.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Now, those guys were probably disappointed, but for our purposes, I thought it turned out great.
Absolutely. Now, we're all waiting. I say that. Cowboys have other moves they have to make. And one of the big ones that we're all waiting for any kind of news on is what happens with Brandon Aubrey. Again, Brandon Aubrey has a second-round tender. So while he is a restricted free agent, another team can offer him a contract. If another team does offer him a contract, the Cowboys would have 5 days to match. And if they don't match, then they would get compensated with a second-round pick. Almost as if Jerry is hoping that happens. He did add a third-round pick yesterday in that trade for Osa Odigizua, but they still don't have a second-round pick. Brandon Aubrey was doing an event. Dallas TV station caught up with him and asked if there were any movement on a deal since free agency started.
Yeah, no, waiting pattern. There's a lot of moving parts with the Cowboys at the moment, and there's players that aren't restricted that they got to sort through first, because with that restriction, movement is significantly more difficult. So they go through and, there's more important fires to put out. And then, they can circle around when things calm down and talk to me.
Yeah, and he's right. And I'm glad that he's got that perspective on it. Look, he knows what the deal is. He's not going anywhere, at least for now. Nobody, to my knowledge, has talked to him or offered him anything, I should say. So Cowboys have some time to wait on Brandon Aubrey, and if not, then he plays for $5 million plus this season.
Yeah, a little bit of change, and again, but nobody's called him either because, all right, let's see what's available. Now, Kaimi Fairbairn did get a deal, a really good deal, and Brandon Aubrey very excited for his fellow kicker.
Yeah, that's always a positive. Anytime the market goes up as a whole, every kicker makes money. So when he signs a new record contract, that makes the guy who's signing number 32 contract, whether that's a rookie contract, like I'd say anybody who's signing a new deal, the price has gone up a little bit.
Well, this is true, but what did Fairbairn sign for? $6 million? It was roughly $6 million a year, which made him or
whatever.
It was in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
It was higher than anybody else's. So it's certainly not 10 if those reports are true, if it's what Aubrey wanted, but it's lower than the reports of what Jerry offered him at $7 million a year. So I don't know. You know, I just think if I'm Brandon Aubrey at this point in time, you shoot your shot. You say, hey, I want $10 million. But if Jerry offered you $7 million and some guaranteed money, it'd be awfully tempting just to go ahead and take that.
But I also wonder if Brandon Aubrey and his agent plan a little bit more of the long game. They don't want to do a deal too early because Fairbairn was also available. I don't know how many of us actually knew that. It's not like we're talking about kickers. We can all look at wide receivers and say, all right, well, I mean, Pickens right now is this, but if this guy signs and that guy signs, what is that going to mean? I don't know that any of us actually did that with kickers. You know, Brandon Aubrey and his agent, they know what other kicker statuses are.
Of course.
But he didn't want to sign before Fairbairn did because, what would that be for him? Let all boats rise, but you want to be the last one to sign. And, the Cowboys seemingly trying to get ahead of that by offering what would have made him the highest paid kicker at the time, but not near what Brandon Aubrey thought he was worth. So you throw out a 10 number, and if Jerry bid, man, you take it. But you get, because Fairbairn might be, now he's done, the best kicker that's up for a new deal right now. If Cam Little were up, then if I'm Aubrey, I'd kind of wait for Cam Little to get his deal. There's some of these other guys that they don't matter. But when you look at the elite kickers, who's up for a new contract, if you're Brandon Aubrey, you let those guys go first. So maybe now that Fairbairn is done, the restricted part, there is no rush for the Cowboys. Let them work on, fixing the defense. And then you get around to them. But it'd be curious to see if that's what it is, because the one thing Brandon Aubrey has consistently said, he truly does not want to leave Dallas.
Yeah, it's not something that I have control over as the term restricted applies there. So obviously Dallas is my home. I'd like to keep it that way. So it would be nice to get a long-term deal going. Just need to, sit down and have that conversation.
Aubrey, you got buddy. A lot of guys go elsewhere and their home's still in Dallas. So you don't have to move. I mean, you get a little place, and nice little condo or something like that in wherever you're going.
On the way.
I don't know. I mean, Baltimore or Minnesota or wherever the case may be. There's places you can stay, and you don't have to leave your house. You'll be just fine. I understand he wants a long-term deal, and I would want that too if I was in his situation. By the way, Fairbairn signed a 2-year, $13 million deal, so $6.5 per. Which still is less than, if you believe the reports, that what Aubrey was offered. So interesting stuff.
Be interesting to see ultimately how it plays out. But we know more than likely is going to be in Dallas unless somebody just gives him a crazy contract. And then Jerry gets a second-round pick or decides to match. So we'll see. But I know it seems like a lot of people are curious what happens with Brandon Aubrey, but he knows he's not a priority, and being restricted, that comes with that territory and the second-round tender. It's kind of like George Pickens. You haven't heard anybody talking about George Pickens. Then that would cost the Cowboys $2, or not cost the Cowboys. The Cowboys would get $2 if they decided not to match.
I got news for you. Pretty out there on the limb. Ain't nobody going to offer Pickens nothing. Okay, I'm just saying. And nobody going to offer him anything because they're not going to give up 2 first-round picks for that guy.
Well,
it ain't happening.
What's funny, though, because I agree with you, and the Cowboys tell us they want to get a long-term deal with them. I saw one of the reports today that one of the expected 30 visits is that stud wide receiver from Indiana. Now, you might say, why would the Cowboys bring in a wide receiver that they really have no chance of getting if they're going defense with their 2 first-round picks? Well, one, They might think this work they're doing in free agency avails them to maybe not stay on the defensive side if the right player is available. And two, I think it's a message to George Pickens. Dude, we love you, but you're not getting a second tag. And if we can go get this wide receiver, we don't need you.
Exactly.
And that's the business side of football. It's something that Wynn used to say a lot when he was working here on the Blitz, that Bill Parcells would do that. If you had a couple of bad games, you'd have 8 dudes working out that next day at your position because you are that
receiver position. I mean, let's face it. That position you can find guys. Now the Cowboys have struggled to find one. You look at Tolbert, Jonathan Mingo, Flournoy's come out of nowhere and has been a nice pickup for them. But I'm not sure he's the number 2 guy that you want, at least at this point in time. Pickens is going to play, but I'm with you. I don't think the Cowboys are going to give this guy a long-term deal. It doesn't appear that they're going to. Just simply economics. To have that much money tied up in 2 players, 2 wide receivers, I just don't think it's going to happen. And so, time will tell, but I think George Pickens' days in Dallas are numbered. They won him this year, I think, and I think that's a good thing because Jerry said so. I mean, hey, Dak Prescott, he's not getting any younger, and that contract is ticking away. So give him the best team that you can, but you got to keep in mind the economics of everything too.
Although not getting a Max Crosby does free up a little bit of money if they had that budgeted. So, and trading away Oso Odighizuwa frees up a little money if George Pickens were to, I think, come back to the table at elite wide receiver 2 money and not elite wide receiver 1. We'll see. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Talking Cowboys free agency. Hey, Paul, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Yes, sir. I want to talk about Aubrey, the kicker, but you mentioned Dak Prescott. Maybe he should call his own plays because I understand he and his girlfriend broke off their engagement because he wouldn't do the prenup. She wouldn't do the prenup, so he called it off. So maybe he does. Maybe he's got some potential to call his own stuff. Anyway, Aubrey, to me, I think is a negative. And I'll tell you why. There's so many times that we get on the 40 or 42 or 3 and decide to make a kick. Well, last year, if you remember, the last 2 games, we still had that off chance of making the playoffs and tie or whatever. And I remember one of the games, we tried it from like 50 or 60 yards. He missed it. The opposing team goes down and scores a touchdown immediately.
Well, that's not Brandon Aubrey's fault. That was the defense's fault. Right? That's on the defense, not Brandon Aubrey. Now, Paul, I get what you're saying. And, Joe and I have talked about this before. Appreciate the call, man. Because Brandon Aubrey, you get around midfield, is pretty damn automatic. Now, last year, he was 11 of 17 from 50-plus. But I do feel like last year, when they got into field goal range, it felt like the gas came off the pedal a little bit because they had the 3 in the pocket. Now, I thought it was worse the year before with Mike McCarthy than it was with Brian Schottenheimer, but it did feel like if they got in that range, they were happy to settle for 3, which if they had a defense worth a damn would have been okay. Problem is the Cowboys would get 3 or not, and then the other team would get 7, and you can't trade field goals and touchdowns. It just, the math doesn't work that way. So if that's your negative on having Brandon Aubrey is the offensive coordinator got too cautious, those are what are called RPPs. Those are rich people problems, and those are things that Jerry likes.
Well, he does. Look, and I love Cowboy fans, and I'm a fan of Brandon Aubrey. Let me just say that. I think he's a good kicker. But if that is the case, and we talked about this a little bit, and I hope it's not the case, and I certainly hope if it was the case last year, it won't be the case moving forward. even if you improve the defense, you got to score touchdowns in this league.
Yep.
Field goals don't get it done. I don't care. You don't get extra points for a 60-yard field goal. It's still 3 points. That's it. And so you have, unless it's a game winner, then that's really the only time it matters. But other than that, you got to score touchdowns. You got to be aggressive. And I hope if that was Schottenheimer's mindset, that changes going into this year.
And again, mentally, he might say it wasn't, but I know what I saw with my eyes. I know what you saw with your eyes because we were all watching the same game, and it certainly felt like the aggressiveness dialed back some once they got into field goal range. And Paul, the caller, is right. When he missed, it was an automatic 7 for the other team.
Yes.
At least it felt that way.
It was that. So yeah, you can blame the defense more so than anything.
Paul wants to blame Brandon Aubrey. Damn, you're too good. You're costing us.
He's got to make the damn kick.
Well, I mean,
he's a kicker.
Although I think Paul would rather have the punter out there, pin him deep. And all that would mean is that team would have had to gone further, taking more time off the clock to get that same touchdown.
They still would have scored the same touchdown
because the defense sucked.
You are absolutely correct in that Dre Greenlaw is still out there. He was officially released today. I'm just saying, he looked great in a Cowboy helmet with a green dot on the back of it. Hopefully the Cowboys are at least kicking the tires on that. And Cooper Rush is available.
Okay.
He got released.
We got Sam Howell.
And Joe Milton.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget Will Greer.
And Will Greer, who is not long for the Cowboys, I have a feeling.
How many years can it be on practice squad?
I have no idea, but I mean, he's getting what do you get for being on the practice squad? What's the salary?
$17,000-$18,000 a week.
Is that what it is?
It's something like that.
Damn, Will, go get a job, buddy.
Why would he?
Why
would he?
I guess not.
I mean, it's like these college kids on their 7th and 8th year. Why would they go get a real job if they can do that?
Well, I guess so.
That's Frank Harris.
That's a hell of a lot more money than you're going to make in the real world. That's for sure.
$13,000 a week or $234,000 for the entire season. Do what you can do.
Well, I mean, that's you go get a nice corporate job for a couple $100,000 a year, can't you? But then you'd actually have to show up for work.
If those jobs were available, wouldn't we have one?
Problem is, Jason, they are available, and we choose to do this.
Because we're a Mellow Mushroom.
We are Mellow Mushroom.
For the higher order of pizza.
I love Mellow Mushroom. It's a great place, and there's still a lot of folks in here enjoying Mellow Mushroom, including Gabe over there. I think, is Gabe stalking us or what?
Always,
right?
Always.
I'm just wondering.
He's got a good corporate job. Would rather come work for us.
I'm pretty happy that he does that, though. And you need to get down here too. We're right here, Stone Oak Parkway in 1604. It's easy to get to. Come on down. Happy hour is going to begin in about 3 minutes. So 3 minutes. Happy hour is underway here at Mellow Mushroom. A priest, Jason, is in hot water with the law for stealing.
Jeez.
We'll tell you what he stole when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, it's Thursday. Next Tuesday is St. Patrick's Day, and you know the place you need to be for St. Patty's Day is the Roo Pub. Their St. Patrick's Day parties, legendary. This year will be bigger and better than ever before. That all-day block party will start at 11 a.m. That's when the green beer will start flowing. They're going to have a live band, the band Finding Friday, on that outdoor stage from 6 to 9. Then DJs both inside and outside the Roo and Angry Elephant before and after the band. And, of course, drink specials and all the games that are going to be on the TV because it's the Roo Pub. You think about getting in there tonight for the Spurs game this weekend. No better place to go watch any big game, any big fight than the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. And when you go hungry. The food, incredible. They have happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night. And the best place to celebrate St. Patrick's Day with us next Tuesday. The Roo Pub, just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
That's why I hear these songs about tractor rap. It makes me want to kick a dog.
I know, so passe.
I don't kick dogs. I'm being sarcastic.
John Clay Chappelle.
Don't cancel me.
Bam!
Wham! Walk outside my house and kick that dog. Wham!
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The St. Patrick's Day parties at the Roo Pub are legendary, and this year it will be the biggest St. Patrick's Day party ever. An all-day block party starting at 11 a.m. The green beer will be flowing, live music with Finding Friday on the outdoor stage from 6 to 9. DJs at both the Roo and Angry Elephant before and after the band. It's an all-day party March 17th, and this year is going to be bigger and better than ever before. So plan now to celebrate St. Patrick's Day the right way at the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road.
Your reputation matters. That's why so many landscape professionals choose Gravely. You can save up to 20% on Gravely commercial mowers during the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event starting March 19th. Visit your local Gravely dealer today.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I own a coffee shop, and I wanted to label everything with our logo.
That's ambitious.
Cups, boxes, bags.
Ooh, that'll add up.
Not at all, because right now, Staples prints custom labels for 30% off.
30% off? That's shockingly affordable branding.
Yep, now our logo and URL are seen all over town.
Brand your business for less at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 442 Unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Spurs back in action tonight. They welcome in the Denver Nuggets into the Frost Bank Center. Wemby questionable for tonight's ball game with an ankle injury. Tip-off is set for 8 o'clock and will be televised on FanDuel Sports Network. College basketball today. Iowa State simply destroyed Texas Tech in the Big 12 tournament today, winning 75-53. The Aggies take on Oklahoma tonight.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you're having a great Thursday, whatever you're doing, however you're doing it. I know your Thursday would be much better if you were here at Mellow Mushroom with us, right here at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and you know, just the smell in here is nice, isn't it?
Well, dude,
it smells good.
Pizza is incredible. And all the other, I mean, their munchies, the pretzel and cheese are incredible.
Yeah.
The calzones are ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
I've never had a burger here, but
they have burgers here.
They have burgers
here.
here.
Wow.
They've got, I mean, but their pizza's the best.
That's exactly.
The Mighty Meter is my favorite pizza here. It's what we had for lunch. If you're like, what is it? Check Instagram at Joe Reinagel 210, at Jason Minix, at SA Sports Star. That was lunch today. I mean, it was so good. Even Caden was like, dude, I'm eating pizza.
He had a pizza slice,
absolutely. I mean, devoured that thing. And then there's 2 over there. You see how he got them tucked away.
He's got them tucked away over there,
Starting up like Steph Castle on Cade Cunningham. I mean, like I might get a slice later. I don't know that I'll get past Cade.
I don't think you will, buddy.
Get one of those.
You're done.
I got to say, I mean, we've been here on the air for about an hour, and we've already pissed off Caleb, the bartender.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, Caleb is mad as hell at us because apparently he's a Houston Rockets fan, and he didn't like the truth we were saying earlier about Houston.
We're just spitting facts.
They got blown out.
They got destroyed.
They got blown out
by Denver last night.
But Caleb the bartender, not Caleb the camel that we hear on Wednesdays, but
day.
Caleb the bartender here, he does something that I honestly didn't think was possible.
Yeah.
He said the other night he started watching the game and then hit pause, and he went out. And when he got home at 2 a.m., he was going to watch the game. And I'm like, how'd you do that? So he started to explain to me like how a DVR works, like I don't know. I'm not that old. I don't know how you can not somehow run into seeing what the score is when you're out. He's like, well, I just stayed off my phone and turned off the notifications.
See, Caleb is obviously a young man who doesn't gamble. And because if he gambled, there's no way if I have money on a game that I cannot see what the hell's going on, no matter where I'm at or what I'm doing. So he's just a true fan. I'm a degenerate gambler, and so I have to see what the score is at all times.
After I got a lesson in how a DVR works, I'm like, hey, dude, he said I stay off my phone. I didn't think that was hell. It's not possible for me. Certainly not somebody his age. I've got the league pass, but I just go through and turn off the notifications. Although we pissed him off talking truth about the Rockets, but his friends also pissed him off. He might be grumpy because
he doesn't look grumpy.
No, but the idea that he was mad that everybody told him about Bam Adebayo and his 83 points before he had a chance to watch it.
Oh, okay. Dude, you didn't miss anything.
Like he wants to go out in public, live in a bubble, and then go home and catch up on everything.
Well, if I guarantee if he went home to watch Bam Adebayo's 83 points, he would have fallen asleep.
Well, that's what free throws will do.
It was a free throw fest.
Oh, and I love the fake outrage over the disrespect to Kobe Bryant because Eric Spoelstra left him in the game, and I get it. But those that are outraged, you're just looking for a reason. Now, I will say I was surprised he stayed in there that long. But when the record was in sight, Eric Spoelstra said, go get it.
Go get it.
Said, go get it.
Well, a lot of people saying, because apparently Bam Adebayo is like all of us. I mean, he looked up to Kobe Bryant, and that was one of his heroes. And so everybody thought he would stop at 81 and not – why would you do that?
Yeah.
You got an opportunity to be in the history books probably forever. Why would you not do that? So I don't know, but I love Kobe Bryant, one of my favorite players of all time. In fact, if we're grading GOATs, I got Jordan and then Kobe, and then LeBron's down there somewhere else. So Kobe Bryant was outstanding.
First off, you were friends with Kobe Bryant.
It doesn't matter.
Well, that certainly helps. If you were friends with LeBron, I think you might think of LeBron differently. If LeBron, like Kobe, every time he saw you, hey, Joe, what's up? And, the bro hug and how's the family and all that kind of stuff. I think that you would look at LeBron differently if he treated you that way. It is cool as hell that you had that relationship with Kobe Bryant, but I'm with you. He, in my mind, is up there.
Kobe was one of a kind. I mean, the guy was outstanding. And that's not disrespect to LeBron James. Poor LeBron. Look, Kobe was just that good.
Well, people think LeBron's better than Jordan.
Well, that's ridiculous. And I don't know who thinks that. I mean, you need to get educated. And
people Caleb's age.
Well, it's probably because
know Jordan from
people Caleb's age had never seen Michael Jordan play ball.
Well, they got YouTube.
Well, they do, but are they watching that? No. That's the problem.
Well,
now, see, I'd like to come in here and put my computer on the bar and say, Caleb, watch 30 minutes of Michael Jordan. And if you're a LeBron fan, you will change your mind about that quick. Boom.
He would bitch about the grainy film. He would.
He might.
Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novu Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
There are some stories that you just say, really? And look, there's a lot of free stories out there that you go, oh, really? This ain't one of them, but it's a different level of really from a priest.
Dude, it's incredible. And look, priests are sports fans too.
Sure.
I know a lot of priests that are sports fans. Well, apparently This guy's in Pittsburgh. He's with an Episcopal cathedral called Trinity Episcopal Cathedral, being accused of stealing more than $1,000 in baseball cards from a Walmart. A Walmart. And, I mean, that's obviously not good. Now, he was charged with receiving stolen property and retail theft. He's only 42 years old, this guy. I don't know how does that work in the priesthood? Seriously, he's a human, right? So he's not a god, and so he sins just like the rest of us. But do you lose your priesthood or what?
You stole one, and you're stealing from Walmart. Now granted, most of the time when you hear priests in the news and arrested, we know what story it is. So, when that crossed, the oh, that's it. Because when you heard about an arrest, you're probably thinking one thing, right?
Yes.
But, dude, seriously.
Baseball cards.
You're stealing from what? There are cameras everywhere. There are cameras everywhere.
Is it that unusual to steal from Walmart?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm not condoning it, please. I'm not saying that, but I don't know. I mean,
$1,000 worth of baseball. Like,
I didn't even know they sold baseball cards.
Well, when was the last time you went to Walmart?
Why? I go to the
Walmart has them. Target sells them.
Really?
Everybody has. A lot of places sell baseball cards.
I did not know that. If
you were in the hobby, you would know that.
I guess so. If I was in the hobby, I'd probably go to a card store.
Again, if you're just getting packs to go rip, you can buy them at Walmart. You can buy them at Target. They got a whole section. You can buy the little. I don't even collect baseball cards, and I know this.
I don't either. I used to buy the bubble gum that came with the baseball card. You remember that?
Oh,
They still sell that?
I don't know.
I'm just wondering because that was always kind of cool. I was just never a collector of baseball cards. I never got into it, and I kind of regret that. With as much money as some people make on those things. But
I'm afraid to know what I threw away because there was a time that I did, but I never protected them the way you should. It was just always collecting packs and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm afraid to know what I might have had.
I don't know what that priest is going to do or what they'll do to him, but we'll find out.
Dude, $1,000 worth of baseball cards.
It's a lot. Well,
I mean that.
I guess that's a lot, maybe, depending.
It doesn't say how. It's I don't know. It's Pittsburgh. Was he wearing a coat with a lot of pockets? Again, though, you go to all these places, and it's been a while, but I was at a Target one time. And they were busting somebody for shoplifting.
Really?
And it was kind of interesting because I was at the self-checkout and some guy's walking out and then all these people come out and then they're marching them back in because they knew that he stole. Pledge, when you were at Target, what was the shoplifting police routine? Are you allowed to talk about that?
The routine?
Well, I mean, how you caught the shoplifters.
There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, but somebody's in the back watching all those, right? They're not wearing red shirts.
Yep.
Because they were following this guy around, and then they snagged him walking out the door. It was kind of interesting to watch, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, are there detectives in the store, or is it just up to the employees, Pledge?
Well, there's a secret, or not secret, but a separate, I should say, security enforcement group that polices it. And they watch the cameras in the back, and they will go on the floor incognito, undercover, if you will, and follow
red shirt and khaki.
And follow suspected shoplifters and catch them in the act as they leave.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, as they leave.
As they leave.
Give you every opportunity to go pay for it, but if it went in your pocket, they saw you.
Well, and if you walk out the door, right? Because if you don't walk out the door, they might, well, I was going to pay for it. I was just looking at this magazine over here, right? I mean, so you got to walk out the door and then they snag you there.
Yep.
That's it. Don't steal.
Don't steal.
Don't steal.
Don't get caught.
You got a Texas accent, Minix?
I don't know.
Well, I think I do for the most part. I think I had more of one before I got in the media, and I think it's gone away to an extent, but I think I still have it.
I don't think you have a strong accent, just like I don't think I have a strong accent. But when you travel, people will say, where you from by the way you talk.
Right.
See, like if there was somebody here from New Jersey and walked up and said, what are you guys doing? I would know immediately they're from New Jersey.
Sure.
You know, you say, hey, y'all, and they're going to know you're from Texas.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
I mean, that's part of it.
Well, it's interesting, this story that we found here. It says we now know America's sexiest accent. And according to the headline, it's definitely not a Philly accent.
Or New Jersey.
Or New Jersey or anywhere else. Although, I will tell you, Minix, you ever meet a girl from New York? That accent is kind of...
It's kind of Philly.
Yeah, well, it's kind of
it depends on if she's chewing gum or not.
Well, this that's what her face looks like too, right? I mean, there's a problem with that. So according to this list, the number 10 is Appalachian English. I have no clue what that is.
That's got to be Appalachian Mountains. That's West Virginia, where they can barely string a sentence together.
Okay, so that's number 10 on the list. Number 9 is the Philly accent. Yeah. And then number 8 is the inland northern Great Lakes accent. I don't know if I would know that or not.
Michigan.
Yeah. Michigan?
Yeah.
All right.
Youpers.
You got a Boston accent.
The worst.
Yeah. You got California accent. Now that's California accent's like they do it on Saturday Night Live. Have you ever seen that skit?
Well, I don't watch Saturday Night Live, but
yeah, I've seen it.
I'm assuming you're going to talk Ditzy Blonde right now?
Well, yeah, kind of.
Surfer dude?
Surfer. Yeah. Surfer guy, yeah. General American neutral accent. All right, well, that's boring. Miami English. What the hell is that? Latino influence. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
You can't pull that off.
All right, number 3 is the New York City English. Now, I don't know, something about that is catchy. Number 2 is Louisiana, the Cajun English. Although most people that are the thick Cajun, I don't understand a damn thing they say.
Yeah, but it sounds good if it's coming out of the right mouth.
I guess, but it's like I don't get it. And then Southern American English.
Well, of course.
And I'm thinking that's us in Texas, right?
Well, it could be Georgia.
We're sexy beasts. Just by the way we talk.
You keep telling yourself
sexy.
That.
Yeah, baby.
No, that was anything but. Anything but.
Well, I found that interesting. And some of them I didn't know what the hell they were, but I mean, you never know. You never know what people find attractive and what they don't.
Stop it.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. We got a lot of conference tournaments going on right now, and in fact, Texas Tech got smoked today. It looks like Central Florida is going to get smoked by Arizona, which Arizona's a damn good team. There are some projections now as to where the seeding may fall and who's going to be in and who's on the bubble and all of that. We're going to talk about that when we return here live from Mellow Mushroom, Stone Oak Parkway and 1604. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's newest sports headquarters is Novo Brewery. We're talking over 80 feet of massive video walls, a lineup of craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. Novo Brewery, juicy, thick-cut ribeye steaks, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. Novo Brewery, built for fans, friends, and full-on game day energy. Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Check out the menu and taps at novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants, and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
Most of us go to the doctor when we're sick or need prescriptions refilled. But at the Institute for Functional Health, we offer a different and complete version of primary care. This means you will get the medications you need, but we will also put together a custom game plan to fix the root cause and allow your body to heal itself. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we help people get off of medications. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com. You will experience a doctor's visit unlike any you've ever had. 468-1891.
Hey, Sarah, heard about your car accident. You okay?
Well, let's see. My car's toast, my neck's a pretzel, and the insurance guy ghosted me faster than my ex. So, peachy.
Remind me why you haven't called Thomas J. Henry Law yet.
Calling an attorney is weird to me.
Yeah, you should totally trust insurance who profits from underpaying you.
I'm picking up on your sarcasm.
You need to pick up the phone and dial Thomas J. Henry Law.
Car accident? Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com today. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour.
Poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you'll never come
Saturday, March 21st, Alamo Dome.
I wish I didn't, but I do.
With special guests, Camp and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBryan.com. Don't miss Zach Bryan live.
All right, fellas, quick heads up. The 94-1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic at the Golf Club of Texas on Monday, March 30th.
Yeah, it's officially sold out.
But don't worry, you can still be part of the fun. Join us after the round for the ultimate golf after party at 90 Proof Bar and Grill at Lucky Road Ranch and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and about 1,000 exaggerated stories about the one drive that almost hit the fairway. The sold-out Spring Golf Classic, presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Jim B, and Sarah Auto Group, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails, PPL Motorhomes, and Hornitos Tequila.
back here live at Mellow Mushroom, Stone Oak Parkway in 1604. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinigle. He's Jason Minix. And you got some news about Greenlaw?
Yeah, Dre Greenlaw signing a 1-year, $7.5 million deal with the San Francisco 49ers.
He's back home then, right? Didn't he? He came from San Francisco. So back home. That's too bad because that's pretty inexpensive for a guy of Greenlaw's stature.
Well, and again, I don't know if the Cowboys were in on it or not. Ian Rappaport says, 49ers getting one of their former stars. He is getting older, but you see a deal like that and the Cowboys need for linebacker. And you think 1 year, 7.5, the Cowboys could have done that, right?
Absolutely.
But we'll see ultimately I do think they'll fix linebacker by way of trade. At this point, when you look at who's available, I think the best route for the Cowboys in getting that linebacker is going to be through a trade.
Well, maybe so. I just think a guy like Greenlaw would have been good. It would have fit the bill, at least until say they draft a linebacker in the upcoming draft. To have a guy like Greenlaw there to kind of ease him into the picture, I think would have been good. We'll see what they do, but that's certainly a hole they still need to fill.
You know what? What pisses me off here?
Uh-oh. Get off my lawn.
No, it's not that. It's, I mean, you look at the balance of power in the NFC. The Rams, really good, right?
Yes, yes.
Seattle, the defending champions, man, they've had their cupboard raided since winning the Super Bowl. What's going to go there? You get San Francisco, and you look at what they have done, and I mean, adding an Oso Digizua will help their defense. Getting a Fred Warner back healthy. Now with Dre Greenlaw. Mike Evans shows up today in San Francisco and said, you know what? I think they were one piece away, and I'm that guy. And I, as much as I hate the San Francisco 49ers, I'm like, yeah. I mean, there's that San Francisco team in March is looking damn good, and we're just getting started.
Well, so how do you they're the oldest team in the NFL.
Uh-huh.
The San Francisco 49ers.
And they just added Dre Greenlaw and Mike Evans. They got older.
Yeah, they got older,
Uh-huh.
and you just got to hope if you're a San Francisco fan that they stay healthy when you're getting old like that. But, yeah, the pieces that they've added, they're going to be good, but they're in a hell of a division. You're right, because Seattle has been rated, but they're still going to be solid. The Rams, I think, have got to be the favorites as we sit here right now to get to the Super Bowl from the NFC. They're incredible. So that's a very difficult decision. I don't know what Arizona's going to do. They've got Gardner Minshew as their quarterback right now.
Not a factor. I mean, Arizona.
Yeah, so I don't know what the hell
Kirk Cousins is a bridge.
Well, of course, but I don't know what they're going to do. So they're kind of out of it. But I got to say something. We're here at Mellow Mushroom. Let's talk to Shay, the manager.
Uh-huh.
When they make their pizza, they do it like the old-fashioned Italian guys, and they
the
spin
old-fashioned way, huh?
Right. Well, yeah, you spin the dough.
Uh-huh.
I just find that fascinating. I'd love to try it, but I would screw it up royally. My hand would go right through that dough.
Well, and it would. It's a skill and it's an art, but it is cool when you're sitting here at Mellow Mushroom and you see those guys in the kitchen doing that. I mean, when they tell you everything's made fresh, I mean, you're watching it. But it is an art watching somebody spin that dough.
Yeah.
You could try it, but it's going to end up on your head.
Well,
you would be wearing it.
I probably would be, but I would make a hell of a mess out of it. That's for sure. Now, I think this guy back there is about to spin it. He's about to spin. He's about to get it going back there. He's making a pizza.
Well, if you had to set up the other camera, we could get them to do this online. Instead of shiny cam, it could be spinning cam.
Well, I could set that up.
We might have to do that in a little while.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know if they're going to let you waste a bunch of dough. Actually, they'll let you spin your own after the show. As we get ready for dinner.
Yeah, I need a couple of drinks first, and then try it.
That's what they're going to put you in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, Caleb can teach me how to be a bartender back here and make my own drink.
I don't think you need help there.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. I don't ever screw that up. Not at all. I'll set up the other camera so you can see the guys in the kitchen making the pizza.
Uh-huh.
And, I just think it's kind of cool the way they do that. You don't see that very often anywhere else. And so I like that. And I always thought it was
But in reality,
it's art form.
Jay did say it took a couple of months to really get that down.
He did.
But also, if you come in here and you've got your kids love watching that. It's
Well,
like putting on a show.
Well, dude, I'm watching it. I'm loving watching it.
Like I said, little kids love that.
I love it, man.
Those that are easily entertained.
I'm entertained. I just, those guys that do it like it's nothing. Like it
is. They're professionals.
Well, they are.
Yes.
I want to do it. There's got to be a bunch of dough that hit the ground or something in back there that they're going to throw away anyway.
These guys don't miss.
Well, I'm just saying.
They don't miss.
All right.
Lord.
Well, there's got to be some old dough back there.
Some old dough.
Old dough.
I doubt it. We'll let you go play.
I appreciate that.
We'll figure that out. We know some people.
Exactly.
We know. In fact, if you come in here, although he just walked out, I don't know if he's leaving or coming back, but Scott Van Pelt, his twin, is here.
He really is.
The guy that owns the place, Pete, and that's one thing. Mellow Mushroom, locally owned. Support a locally owned business. But Pete is a spitting image of SVP. He has told me, I forget the number, but many, many times he has made that Scott Van Pelt segment sitting here at work or having a pizza or a drink or whatever it is, and he ends up on, because he looks just like Scott Van Pelt. I thought Caden was going to get overly excited because he thought Scott Van Pelt actually walked in the building. I mean, I've never seen Caden get that excited, except for the other day when we gave him a pickle. But the idea of, but yeah, a lot of people think he is Scott Van Pelt, and he's tall, looks just like him.
I would think so, and I'd be curious to talk to him. How many times a day does he get stopped and mistaken for Scott Van Pelt? I mean, in all seriousness, I wonder, because he does look like him quite a bit. And so I would imagine he gets stopped all the time, about as many times as I get stopped and, think I'm Bill Taylor.
I'm probably going to guess he gets Scott Van Pelt more than you get.
You think
Bill
so?
Taylor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We are here at Mellow Mushroom. Conference tournaments going on. They got the Big 12 tournament on right now. Not much of a game. Arizona crushing UCF 53-36. But yeah, we've got to help you guys out and help ourselves at the same time, because it's March 12th. It is time for all of us to become college basketball experts. And that's you driving on 410 that love college basketball and you watch all the time. And that's you over there on Highway 90 that never watches college basketball, but you're about to fill out a bracket. So where are you going to go? This might shock you, but Duke is going to be the number 1 overall seed. That is the best team in the country. And quite frankly, while they do have 2 losses, a roster that might go down as one of the best rosters ever assembled.
Well, they say that about Duke all the time. Okay, because Duke,
they're Duke.
Duke is Duke, and
Duke is Duke.
Yeah,
why are you gonna say it that way? Like your New Jersey accent.
Who was it was a guy. I think it was a coach of Providence or somebody. That Duke is Duke, and they're on TV more than Leave It to Beaver reruns. He actually said that at the podium one time.
1978.
I'm just saying. No, it was back when Krzyzewski was there, but it was funny as hell.
Well, it's true.
It's true.
Although, are there still Leave It to Beaver reruns on?
I would think so.
Only you
I don't know
that.
I'm
home and watch the Beav.
I'm an Andy Griffith guy. You know what I mean? I like Barney.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's my guy. So
there are people driving around here talking about Leave It to Beaver, wondering what channel that is, and it's a premium channel.
Dude, I don't know where Leave It to Beaver is, and I don't really care. Honestly, not. That's a different kind of beaver, Pledge. Okay, come on.
What channel is that on? There are people that think that's what you're talking about.
Well, if people wait a minute, so you're telling me people don't know? Well, I'll just
spicy and naked,
dude. I'm talking about a sitcom back in the 50s. I'm not talking. You guys are dirty-minded, all of you.
Are we?
Yes, all of you.
Caden, have you ever watched the show Leave It to Beaver?
I can't say that I have.
Have you ever heard of the show Leave It to Beaver?
I've heard of it, yes.
From who? Your mom?
I believe my dad does.
See
your
that?
Dad.
There you go.
I know what Gilligan's Island is.
There you see, Gilligan's Island.
He was raised right.
I've seen a couple episodes of that. So.
Funny stuff in it. They just don't make stuff that funny anymore, do they?
Michigan's probably going to be a 1 seed.
You think so? Dude, Michigan is my sleeper team. I think Michigan is solid. Now I know they've got an injury issue with their backup center, but they are big, and they're going to be tough to beat.
Well, you look Florida, Arizona. You've got the Blue Bloods that are going to be your 1 seeds. I don't know. Houston obviously is the best team from the great state of Texas. I think it's going to be a short tournament run for both the Longhorns and the Aggies. TCU, though, here lately, I don't know if they'll make the Sweet 16, but they might. But it's going to be one of those, like, if you wear burnt orange, you wear maroon, you got to pick a different team. Even Texas Tech, that's not a Final Four team.
What did Texas Tech lose their best player?
Yeah.
So
at one point this year, you thought Texas Tech had a chance to get to Indianapolis, but not anymore.
No, not anymore. Look, Texas isn't going anywhere either. They'll be lucky to make the tournament. I think they're on the bubble, but they may have to play their way in. We'll have to wait and see what happens to them. I think the Aggies are better than Texas at this point in time. Iowa State is a team that is playing really good basketball right now out of the Big 12. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think Arizona is obviously solid. There's some good teams. I think it's going to be another good tournament. What I am, and not that I miss it that much, but in a way I do, just that every now and then the George Mason or the teams that kind of sneak in, I don't want them getting to the Final Four, don't get me wrong, but to make a run and to make it exciting, that Cinderella story, I don't know that we'll see that again with the way with the NIL and stuff that's going on now. I'm not sure that ever happens again.
It's interesting because you're right. I mean, what was it? Last weekend, there were 9 bubble teams and all of them lost, so there were still 9 bubble teams.
Yeah, exactly.
But those smaller teams that have been together for 5, 6, 7 years in tournaments tend to play better. A little bit older, a lot more chemistry, but it's hard to imagine that this year's tournament will have as many upsets as we're used to. There will be some. Whether I don't see any of the 1 seeds losing in the first weekend. I don't know about a 2 seed, but your typical 5-12s will happen. But I don't know if this is one of those tournaments that seems like, if you're listening to the likes of a Joe Lunardi, that has more chance of going chalk than what we're used to.
Well, it's going to be fun. I always enjoy this time of year. Without a doubt. And, of course, Selection Sunday is Sunday, this coming Sunday. So we'll know exactly where everybody is and the route that everybody has to take. But I think you're right. Duke probably will be the number 1 overall seed. Florida's playing great basketball, but I just don't like a repeat champion in this thing. It's always difficult to do. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be fun. We know that. Absolutely. Got March Madness coming up, that tournament. I can't wait until the NBA playoff tournament gets underway because, we've got a participant, and will be a number 2 seed at the very worst, it appears, at this point in time. Of course, we're talking about the San Antonio Spurs. Big game here inside the Frostbank Center tonight. We're talking about it. We continue here live from Mellow Mushroom, Stone Oak Parkway, and 1604. Come here and see us. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. Look, it's spring break time. You're heading down to the coast or just hanging out here because, you took off work to be with the kids, or, you're in that age range. Nobody ever wants to get arrested. But if it's you, a family member, a friend of yours, you want to get out of jail fast. And the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas. Services nationwide. So if you're down at the coast, up in Dallas, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
When you're vacationing in your RV, there are some things you can always count on. Laying out on a hammock, waking up to birds chirping, and board games with the family.
What? It's not cheating.
Frank, you're scaring the kids.
Oh, come on, guys. We're having fun. It's family time.
With Progressive, your RV is protected 24/7, so you're prepared for whatever you don't see coming.
Technically, it's a loophole.
It's a children's board game. You're a grown man, Frank.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Back here live at Mellow Mushroom. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You need to come see us. 1604 Stone Oak Parkway. A lot of folks in here right now having a good time, eating some good pizza, having a few drinks because it is happy hour, by the way. We're about 45 minutes into happy hour. Everything behind the bar is half price.
Half off.
That's
Crazy.
incredible. Incredible. I'm Joe. He's Jason. And, I love our job, Minix, and we get to go to places, especially bars and restaurants like Mellow Mushroom. We got to sit here and watch people drink and have a good time.
Yeah, that's what we get paid to do.
I guess.
Work.
I know.
It just helps us work up an appetite when we get off work at 6:00. That's the beauty. We came early. We had lunch.
We did.
And water.
Yeah.
Had the Mighty Meter pizza. Now they tell me that you've got to come over and try their holy shiitake bar. you gotta say that
shiitake. That's a mushroom.
It's a mushroom.
It's a mushroom.
Who the hell wants that?
I'm just saying it. That's a shiitake is a mushroom.
But you just you got to make sure you've got the aki on there in a hurry. Otherwise, you could be bleep out of luck.
Right. Yeah, you really could.
But
yeah, it's a mushroom. Now, we'll ask Shay again when he comes back, the manager here, but I'm pretty sure a shiitake. I've heard that.
Well, you saw somebody put that on the.
Well, I did. I saw it there. Yes.
Yeah, somebody put it in the YouTube.
But I know that because my wife loves to go to this one ramen place. And she'll get shiitake mushrooms in there. And I'd forgotten about that until I said, okay, wait. Okay, I get it now.
Look, I don't want mushrooms on my pizza, but I don't like mushrooms. But I don't want pineapple on my pizza either.
No.
Look, that chick over there.
Yeah, pineapple on your pizza? Oh, my goodness.
And I just noticed it because she was picking it off, which makes me wonder if he ordered the pineapple. And she's like, what kind of idiot wants pineapple on their pizza?
Not that that's you or anything. I'm just saying it's, dude.
Oh, she ordered the pineapple? And you just went along with it because you understand, you have
half and half. Gotcha. Yeah.
That's a good way to do it.
So, that's a girl that wants dinner and dessert at the same time.
I don't know what she wants. She put pineapple on her pizza. And I thought this guy was like, dude, I'm really trying not to lose you. So if you want pineapple on your pizza, let's get pineapple on the pizza. Because when you're young and dating, you can do that.
Well, the relationship must be solid over here. So that's a good thing. Yeah.
It's either solid or it's new.
One of the two. Right?
And I got to say new. Because he allowed pineapple to even be on a half and half pizza. I mean, if that develops and matures over time, that's when you're just getting two pizzas because he's not going to want pineapple anywhere near his pizza.
Yeah, they must be new. They just started dating.
Well,
that's
what
fine.
The hell,
but
pineapple on your pizza?
That's all right.
Yeah.
They just happen to sit here where we can make fun of them and watch them eat pineapple pizza. Yeah.
Yeah.
He also
those guys
knows
are
there's a
making fun of
ticklish
those
little bitch coming up.
Well, they want.
Oh. Good stuff. You see what kind of we're having a great time out here at Mellow Mushroom, and if you're not here, you should have FOMO.
You should.
You should have that. Yeah. Fear.
She's picking all the pineapples off now.
No, she picked it off of his. See, that was nice.
Well, that was it because he doesn't want pineapple on his pizza because he's smart.
Did you ever think you'd do play-by-play of a couple eating pizza? I never thought I would.
To take a bite so we could do play-by-play. Now she's refusing to eat.
Oh, this fun stuff. Good stuff. You guys enjoy your pizza over there. Except the pineapple part.
I'd
rather see Don Harris shirtless. I'm sure she said she said we're the #1 show in town. Is that what she just said?
Something like that. It looks like she gave us half of a peace sign.
Yeah, okay, I got you. So
told you where to stick to your pineapple.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her for doing that. I don't, not at all. What the hell were we talking about? You were the shiitake mushrooms. They also have a drink here, right? That's a special.
The Lucky Buzz.
The Lucky Buzz.
Which goes well with pineapple on your pizza.
I don't know that it does. What's the Lucky Buzz have in it?
It's got vodka, pineapple, and melon.
Pineapple?
Yes.
What? Mellow Mushroom got a deal on pineapples or what?
He must. I don't know. Hey, Kayla, will you get her a Lucky Buzz?
I don't know if she's old enough for a Lucky Buzz.
Well, I don't
Is she?
think she really wants you to ask right now. I mean, that was kind of one of those things. I mean, she's drinking water right now.
Well, dude, if I'm 21, I'm telling everybody. That's right. I'm 21. Damn right.
You're 21. You're old enough not to put pineapple on your pizza.
Oh my goodness. Well, you should come down here and get a pizza without pineapple on it and try the pineapple drink Minix just described, because it's a great place. 1604 Stone Oak Parkway, that's where we are. And Pledge giving us an update, and I know you don't give a damn, but Pledge giving us an update on the Players' Championship. Started today, first round. Justin Thomas is one shot back of Maverick McNeely.
Maverick McNeely.
Why
does that sound like you made up a name?
Dude, it's not. He's a hell of a player.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes. Justin Thomas is they're thinking about making the Players' Championship another major championship on tour. It's that big. So this is like the first big tournament. And so Maverick McNeely leading, but a long way to go, obviously. Today is just round one of that fine tournament. So Spurs have a big one tonight, Jason. Denver, I think we say that every time they play. It seems like,
this
right?
Homestand we knew was going to be test after test after test, and so far, the Spurs haven't missed a beat. Wemby, though, with the right ankle, is on the injury report, listed as questionable for tonight. I know it's been a while, but back in November when the Spurs played the Nuggets, neither Wemby or Steph Castle played in that game. Devin Vassell had 35 points. Spurs won 139 to 136.
Well, and I expect that kind of game tonight. I mean, both of these teams are offensive minded. Joker's not on the list here. However, Jamal Murray is a game time decision with an ankle. Aaron Gordon is a game time decision with a hamstring. Then you got Wemby. And Harrison Barnes could play tonight. He's a game-time decision. He's missed several games here, but he is a game-time decision with an ankle, so Harrison Barnes could be back for the San Antonio Spurs tonight. This is a huge game, obviously, for both teams, but I think for the Nuggets, Jason, who played last night and simply destroyed the Houston Rockets. But I think for the Denver Nuggets, this game is enormous for them. They're in a battle for that third spot, and depending on how you think things are going to go with Houston, with Minnesota, who also got destroyed last night. The Lakers are in that mix, and the Nuggets. So you got about 4 or 5 teams in that mix trying to battle for that third spot in the Western Conference playoffs. So a big game for the Denver Nuggets tonight. And then obviously you look at the Spurs, who are still have their sights set on catching Oklahoma City. They're only 2.5 games behind the Thunder right now. The Thunder have a game against Boston tonight. However, no Jason Tatum. He has been ruled out for tonight's game against OKC.
And you think about the Denver Nuggets, and they destroyed Houston last night, 129 to 93. But if you're Denver, especially here in recent matchups, they've had a gauntlet of a schedule. But outside of blowing out the Boston Celtics 103-84, which was long before Jason Tatum was back, they've lost to Minnesota. They beat the Jazz. They beat the Lakers. They lost to the Knicks 142-103. They lost to the Thunder 129-126. And then, of course, beat Houston last night. And I think if you're a Denver Nugget fan, or if you're the Nuggets, all these kind of measuring stick games against legit contenders, they've lost. Now, I still look at Denver as a legit contender, where I look at Houston as they're good, but they're not championship level good. They're more in the pretender category if you're going to go legit contender or pretender. But Denver, while I look at them that way, they've got to get a win over a legit contending team to actually stay in that category. But if Wemby doesn't play tonight, I don't know how you couch this one other than it would be a Nuggets win over the Spurs if the Nuggets were to win. If Wemby doesn't play and the Spurs win, my God. And that's what happened back in November. No Wemby, no Castle, and the Spurs were able to still win that game, although And that felt like 3 years ago when you think about a game in November. And anything that happened in November does not mean a thing here in March. But, the Spurs have had so many big games, post All-Star break. And outside of that clunker against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden, they've answered every question and different styles of play. The other night, very physical game, nasty. It got chippy. I still, as much as I was excited about the win over Boston, dial back on the excitement because Jaylen Brown got tossed so early in that game. But, Denver is going to be another tough test. I mean, we looked at this homestand and went,
brutal.
Brutal. I mean, I hate to say, you go 500, one game over 500. It was a good homestand. And yet, here they are, undefeated so far.
Absolutely. They're playing great basketball. They got Denver tonight. I think they wrapped this thing up against Charlotte, a Charlotte team that's playing well. So they don't even get a break there. Charlotte, the Hornets have been playing really good basketball. But first things first, again, I think it helps the Spurs. If Wemby doesn't play, obviously that's a problem. But it certainly helps the Spurs. I would assume Denver didn't get into San Antonio until early this morning. So having to play on a back-to-back, the good news for Denver is Houston wasn't much of a test for them last night. So they were able to not play so many hard and heavy minutes with their starters. But it is you should watch what happens with Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon, though, because those are two big pieces, obviously, of their puzzle. Joker not on the injury list, so he certainly will play.
Well, and keep in mind that game Saturday to wrap up this homestand against Charlotte, a 2:30 in the afternoon game.
Oh, wow.
On Saturday on Prime Video. And I also know it's the military appreciation game presented by USAA. But you look at this homestand and the win over Detroit, the win over the Clippers, who they play again Monday in L.A., the win over the Rockets, the win over Boston, and you get Denver tonight. It's quite the homestand, and certainly changing the mind of a lot of the national media about the legit title contenders, even though this is a team that lacks playoff experience.
No doubt, but I'm beginning to wonder. And again, I will say this, and even basketball in March is not the same as what it will be come April, come May. That brand of basketball is just that much different, that much more intense, that much more physical. So it will be a different ball game. But the way the Spurs have been able to adjust, and I think Wemby's adjusting to it because he's getting hammered. I mean, you saw it the other night. He gets popped in the nose. He gets knocked down. I mean, he's getting hammered. And teams are going to continue to play him that physical. But that's going to ratchet up in the playoffs. There is no question in my mind. So the Spurs have to be able to handle that and continue to hit their threes. That's their game. If they're hitting threes, they're a difficult team to beat. If they're not, they're beatable. So I don't know. We'll see. But a big one tonight, the Denver Nuggets, thinking NFL. The Denver Nuggets in town. Again, a big game for the San Antonio Spurs. Should be a lot of fun to watch. 8 o'clock tip-off. FanDuel Sports Network is where it is televised. I'm not sure why is it a late game tonight, 8 o'clock, if it's not on a Peacock or an Amazon or something.
I don't know.
That's just nuts.
It's like the other night the game was at 7 o'clock.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So stay up late, kids, and watch the San Antonio. Yeah, when you go to bed at 8:30 like I do, Minix, I mean, that's late.
Come on, Grandpa.
I know it, but that's the way that it goes. We are live out at the Mellow Mushroom, 1604 Stone Oak Parkway, giving away SeaWorld stuff. We got SeaWorld tickets, and what's the other one, Aquatica?
Yeah.
All right, and that too. So you come out here, you get registered for that, and we have a drawing at some point in time during this show. So, but you got to come out here to register for that. And happy hour is going on, by the way. It is going on half price everything behind the bar. Best happy hour in town. I don't think there's any question about it. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Is that me?
That's you.
Oh, that's me.
Hey,
let me tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing. They're the best in the business. Family-owned company, local company. And let me just tell you this. They've been in business since 1983. 1983. That is an incredible run for any business, much less the roofing business, which is competitive as all get out, right? But they're doing it right. And you know, if you're going to spend that kind of money on your house, the biggest investment you have, you want to make sure you have a legit company that's doing the work. You have no worries with Stevens Roofing. They're the absolute best, and their record proves that. And now they've added solar to what they do. If you've been thinking about solar panels on your house, and a lot of you have, I know a lot of people are doing that these days. Stevens Roofing and Solar is the company that you need to remember. The number you need to remember is 210-785-0994. They'll just tell them what you'd like to do, kind of what your plan is, and they'll help you put that together, and they'll make it happen, and you know it's going to get done right. If you think there's a problem with your roof, maybe a leak, maybe you saw something you didn't like with the storms here recently, have them check it out. They'll send a crew out to your house. They'll do it for free, and they'll let you know if everything's okay or if, you need some work done. They're the company to get that done. Stevens Roofing and Solar, the absolute best in the business. 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Join NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse, the San Antonio Gunslingers, and Real Truck for a pregame tailgate party. Saturday, March 28th. Bring the family and meet the team ahead of their March 29th season opener with free food, games, and prizes. Plan your tailgating and seasonal adventures with Real Truck products like Undercover Ultraflex, Retracts, and other outdoor must-haves. Join NAW, the Gunslingers, and Real Truck for a free family event on Saturday, March 28th at Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Culebra Road. Online at nawtruckaccessories.com.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let them know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
George gets justice after being hit by an 18-wheeler. The experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Spring has sprung, and so has Ulta's 21 Plus Days of Beauty event, now through March 26th. Over 250 beauty steals at 50% off, making it easy to refresh your routine. That means 50% off daily beauty steals from brands like Charlotte Tilbury, Sol de Janeiro, and Amika. Score weekly beauty steals on faves like Live Tinted and Polite Society. Plus, say hello to new arrivals from Rare Beauty and Natasha Denona. Don't wait. Shop in-store, online, or try pickup today while supplies last. Conditions apply. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, we've been talking about the Spurs, and they got a big one tonight inside the Frost Bank Center. They'll take it on the Joker and the Denver Nuggets. Tip-off set for 8 o'clock. It will be televised on FanDuel Sports Network. Cowboys doing a little cleaning house. They traded defensive tackle Osa Odigizua to the San Francisco 49ers for a third-round pick, 92nd overall in this year's draft. Move frees up over $16 million.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And we're live out at Mellow Mushroom, 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Happy to have you along on this Thursday afternoon. It'd be much happier if you were here with us at the Mellow Mushroom. That is the place to be today. Happy hour is underway. And it is the best happy hour in town. Everything behind the bar, half price. Come on out and get a drink. Start your weekend early. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix.
And you get out here, you could register to win SeaWorld and Aquatica tickets and take advantage of happy hour, half price.
Half price.
Half
for
price.
Everything.
Behind the bar.
Yes. Well, I don't think they have liquor anywhere else, do they?
Well, I mean, somebody might think the pizzas are half price.
Well, it's a happy hour. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
alcohol.
Yeah, you might, order, a mighty meter and then add pineapple like Carla did.
Carla and Wyatt just left, by the way.
Well, yeah, we ran them out.
I think we did because she got a box immediately thereafter and put her pineapple pizza in there, and they took off. But they were nice kids.
Well, that's it. Sometimes when you're on a date, the girl might not want to eat. She was until we were made. Then I think she got a little paranoid that we were doing play-by-play on her eating pineapple on her pizza.
I think so too. Nice kids. So they were all lovey, holding hands and stuff, and it was nice to see. True love. Yes. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Good to see that. There's a lot of people here, dude. It's what, 4 o'clock? A lot of people here enjoying happy hour, enjoying the pizzas, enjoying the food. Hayden is passing out people to get registered for the SeaWorld and Aquatica tickets. Hayden. It's not Hayden. Caden. Caden? What? Caden. Hayden. Caden.
Same thing.
What? That guy right there is handing out.
Like all of a sudden, Rob Thompson is back on the Blitz.
I'm just saying. Caden. Well, Hayden's our engineer, right?
No, that would be Halen.
Halen. Who's Hayden? Do we have a Hayden?
We don't.
Well, no. Damn it.
But it's like there's, I don't know, a couple new people in the building, and I have no idea who they are.
Dude, I've been there now for 4+ years, 4.5, and there's still people I walk by. Hey, Joe. Hey.
And that's just our boss.
Well, no, I know the bosses, dude. I'm not dumb. I know the bosses. Yes, well, when it comes to that, dude, I've been in media this long without kissing a few asses. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I know where to go and how to do it. So it's one of those things. But you really should come out here. I tell you what, it's a lot of fun. Just watching these people have a good time. And again, I was over there a minute ago, Jason, watching those dudes spin that pizza.
Dude,
I'm obsessed with that
like
now.
A 5-year-old.
I'm obsessed with it. I really am.
A guy play with his dough.
Glad you said dough.
What do you think
I don't know. As you started with a D, I was like, what are you talking about, Minix? Where are you going with that?
Over there stretching it out and then spins it.
Exactly.
Rolls it back up, stretches it out.
What are you talking about?
The guy in his pizza.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, I'm not sure exactly where you're going with that. I'm turning red, man. You're embarrassing me.
I think Joe just wants to toss something.
Exactly.
Easy, Pledge. Easy.
Pizza.
Easy. You're on a speaker in here, Pledge. These people can hear you.
Well, I mean, I think 100,000 people can hear him. I mean, everybody that heard him is listening through a speaker.
Oh, well, true.
He's in a little room by
I'm talking
himself.
about these fine folks here at Mellow Mushroom. Not that you're not fine folks if you're driving around. All right, I'm digging a hole I can't get out of, right?
The Cowboys have released Will Grier.
Oh, my.
They're back to having 3 quarterbacks on their roster.
You know, Will Grier lasted a long time. Now, I don't know if somebody will pick Will Grier up. They might, just as a third emergency kind of quarterback. But he lasted a hell of a long time. And there was a time, Minix, and I don't know about you, but there was a time where I thought it was a hell of a pickup for the Cowboys, and he had an opportunity to not take over, obviously. I don't think he was ever that talented or ever a threat to anybody, but to certainly be that solid number 2 guy.
Well, and numbers games didn't pan out. Now, for a while, you had Cooper Rush. And while Cooper Rush did become available today, he's not coming back to Dallas. But that was a big loss for the Cowboys in the sense of he was a game-ready backup quarterback, but never a threat that could eventually replace Dak Prescott. When the Cowboys made the move last year for Joe Milton, project, but could he develop into maybe being QB1 when the Cowboys move on from Dak Prescott? After 1 year, I don't know. In his limited action, I mean, the guy is still in that project category. Sam Howell is interesting because, you know, he's played for a lot of different teams, been in a lot of offenses, had a hell of a run while at North Carolina, and has started a number of games in the NFL. He's probably more game ready than Joe Milton. And then I think about what Malik Willis said today in his first meeting with the Miami media. He wasn't ready to start when he came out of college. And
well, that was obvious.
And again, he said, I'm not blaming coaches, myself, or whatever. He just wasn't ready. And, you know, that was a negative experience for him initially. A couple of years in Green Bay, learning some different systems, a chance to mature and just get better. Feels like he's ready for the opportunity now. And, of course, those that are running Green Bay or Miami now were in Green Bay. They were with them, so they know him, which is why they were very comfortable giving him that 3-year, $67 million contract. But at the same time, sometimes it takes a while for these guys to turn into what they could be. Ask Sam Darnold. So could Sam Howell now be that guy who's going to have a chance to compete for QB2 while we're in Oxnard with Joe Milton? But could he be the guy that ultimately wins the QB2 job? And in 2 years, when Dak's time is up, as I can't imagine he gets another massive deal from the Cowboys, especially if they don't have any playoff success, could Sam Howell now be that guy on the quarterback that on the roster, that quarterback on the roster that could be the next? Not saying that he would be, but for years you heard me complain that Jerry Jones never had another quarterback ready to go. Like that last contract Dak signed. If they had another quarterback ready to go, then maybe Dak doesn't get that deal. But GM Jerry failed to do that.
Well, and look, Sam Howell came into the league with a lot of promise. A lot of, people thought he was going to be a hell of a quarterback, obviously. And so, yeah, I mean, he's obviously a talented guy. But you're right. I think some of these guys, Sam Darnold's a good, Baker Mayfield's another, it takes them a while. And maybe Sam Howell is starting to learn the game, learn the NFL game, which is so much different than anything else that they've ever played, just because of the amount of talent. And so I think he could be. And I think that's why the Cowboys brought him in. Take a shot at this guy. Why not? You've got nothing to lose bringing in a Sam Howell. He's not costing you a lot of money, and you got nothing to lose and everything to gain. If he does turn out to be that guy, then, yeah, you've got him there, and he can slide into that spot when Dak Prescott's contract is all done.
Yeah, that's exactly a possibility. And, again, not saying that he will be, but could he be? And seemingly more game ready than Joe Milton was last year.
More experience for sure.
And Joe Milton, if you're 3 yards in front of him, 18 yards in front of him, that ball's coming at one speed.
Stand back there and rip piss missiles at people.
Yes, he does.
That's all he does. And, time to move on from Will Grier because Sam Howell is a better option than Will Grier for that moment.
I think Will Grier, I think the Cowboys just liked him.
Yeah.
I think he was a good teammate. He was one of those guys that would do whatever you asked him to do, and I think that's why they kept him around that long. I don't know that, but he was around for a while, and I think I'm probably not the only one that thought he could become something, and he just never did, and he wasn't an NFL quarterback. So, which is very difficult to do. I like the move to bring in Sam Howell. I thought it was good. I think it's smart. You got nothing to lose and everything to gain, and it was a smart move. And look, Joe Milton needed some competition, I think, going into this offseason or into training camp. As a solid number 2 with nothing to lose, I don't think it's good for Joe Milton. I think this and having that competition, having to compete, having to earn your spot is going to be good for Joe Milton.
Well, and the other part of it too, not knowing Joe Milton, but assuming, say, Will Grier is available, because Will Grier seems like he's nothing more than a practice squad quarterback in the NFL.
Right.
And somebody might pick him up, be a training camp arm, be an off-season arm, if you will. But he's not a QB2.
No.
At this point, that would be shocking. But you go through Oxnard, and Sam Howell wins the number 2 job. Will Grier is available. You bring him back as your practice squad quarterback, and you send Joe Milton packing. That could ultimately be what happens here.
That could very well be what happens here. Look, Joe Milton is a talented guy. It's just who's going to harness that talent and turn him into an NFL quarterback. And I think that's the biggest problem. When you're talking about he's got one speed on his throw, as well as I do, an NFL quarterback's got to have all different kinds of speeds.
Yep.
And ways to put the ball into the receiver's hands. And right now, Joe Milton hasn't figured that out. He will. I think he will. He's still very young, but extremely talented, and that is the key. A lot of NFL news going on. We're going to talk about it when we return, but you ought to be out here with us. Mellow Mushroom. It's where we are, Stone Oak Parkway, Loop 1604. Get in here. The happy hour they have right now is incredible, and it goes all the way until 6 o'clock tonight. Okay? Half price for everything behind the bar. Okay? It doesn't include food. It includes alcohol and the drinks behind the bar. That's what it includes. Come on out here. Start your weekend with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me tell you about a place that you need to, you need to put it down and remember it, because you got March Madness coming up. And in fact, we're going to be at Novo Brewery a week from tomorrow. All right, a week from tomorrow, the Blitz will be live out at Novo Brewery. It's attached to North Star Mall, okay? But you don't have to go through the mall to get there. They've got their own entrance. They're open late. They've got their own hours. And the place is fantastic. And I promise you go there once, you will go back again and again and again. All right, it is the new sports watching destination. 8 massive LED screens, over 80 feet, in fact, of LED video walls. They've got 60 craft beers. They've also got a huge selection of domestic beers on tap and in the can, the bottle, all of that kind of stuff. And they've got hard kombucha. And if you haven't tried that, you need to. It is outstanding. It really is good. And then there's the menu. They've got everything from ribeye steaks all the way to French fries, to wings, to empanadas. They've got it all. The burgers are great as well, and might be the best French fries I've ever had. I'm not kidding. I don't know what seasoning they put on those French fries, but it is outstanding. You need to check this place out. It's their very first location in Texas, and it is here to stay, I'm going to tell you. And again, just go try it. Go try it. You will be hooked, just like I am, and a lot of other people are now that they've stepped in there and they've tasted Novo Brewery. Go check them out. You want to check them out online? You can do that as well. NovoBrew.com. That's NOVO Brew.com.
San Antonio has a drinking problem, and it's getting worse every day. More and more people are on the bottle. This is Rob Thompson for Connecticut Quality Water Systems of San Antonio in the Hill Country, and I want to help you get off the bottle. The plastic water bottle, that is. I don't blame you. Tap water has that off taste, but buying bottled water over and over is like losing in the first round every single week. You keep paying, you keep hauling it home, and the bottled water companies keep hauling your money to the bank. There's a better way out there. Right now, when you buy Connecticut water softener, you get a K5 reverse osmosis drinking station free. It's installed right in your kitchen sink. It's like having a bottled water machine at home without the bottles. Pure, clean, great tasting water. The K5 helps remove the contaminants and reduce the stuff that messes with taste and odor. Do what Dave Ramsey recommends. Do what I do. Make the wise investment. Call Connecticut today, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE. Go get one today. I know you're going to be thanking me later.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
San Antonio, your professional indoor football team is here. The San Antonio Gunslingers, competing in the Indoor Football League, the major league of indoor football. It's fast-paced, high-scoring action right in the heart of the Alamo City. Tickets on sale now for our season opener, Sunday, March 29th at Freeman Coliseum. Bring the whole family for fun and thrills, or grab a group package for your corporate outing. Visit sagunslingers.com today for ticket schedules and all the info. Gunslingers Football, San Antonio's pro team, San Antonio's pride.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle. Spurs and Nuggets. How did that one go?
Conference tourney time in full play. How's that World Baseball thing going? We'll talk about that. And oh, by the way, did the Cowboys get anybody else? Lots to do. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All kinds of things about all kinds of people here at Mellow Mushroom today.
More than we want to know.
People really like pineapple on their pizza.
Which,
this young lady over here is eating a slice of pineapple.
Well, it came in her drink.
But who knew that pineapple's so popular?
Well, I think we've got just a straw poll here, not scientific, but she likes pineapple on her pizza and in her drinks. He said every now and then. In other words, when he's in trouble and doesn't get half and half, he gets pineapple on his pizza and probably picks it off. But if it were up to him to order the pizza, there'd be no pineapple in sight. So it seems like our straw poll here today is ladies like pineapple on their pizza.
Seems like,
men
yes.
do not. Now, that couple that was here earlier, Carla, she ordered the Mighty Meter and added pineapple.
Yeah. Why would you screw up a pizza like that?
Well, exactly. And our dude, trying to, not piss her off, suffered through picking off the pineapple.
Well, dude, think about it. Now, seriously, and every guy in here knows what I'm about to say.
Uh-oh.
If your girl wants something and you just want a good day, You don't want to piss her off.
Now, what do you mean by a good day?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of interpretations.
No, there's one interpretation there.
No, because a good day can be when she's not mad at you all day.
Well,
all right.
Look, you want the night to end well.
Well, that too,
right?
but if she's mad at you all day, it ain't gonna end well, buddy.
Well, it could if you ate the pineapple.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, you do that little something.
Guys will do things that they don't want to do because they don't want to upset the lady. That happens. It happens, right? It happens.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
She knows exactly what I'm talking about. She's got this dude right here wrapped around her little finger. Are you kidding me?
She does.
I'm telling you.
But, I've met your wife. You've met my wife.
Yes.
They all do.
Well, of course.
The power of pineapple.
Woo! Yeah. Wondering what you were going to say there, Minix. Yeah, you did good. You handled that well. You did.
Well, I mean, you can pick a variety of words.
You sure can.
Go there.
Yes, you can.
But, and they know they've got that power.
Absolutely they do.
They
know it.
And so if they want pineapple on their pizza, you say, well, we'll do half and half, or yes, dear.
Well, yes, dear is probably appropriate.
No,
because
it's never appropriate. You've got to draw your line in the sand.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. That's right. Where is Mrs. Minix? Listen, when she gets in here, we'll ask the same question.
Well, she's not going to put pineapple on the pizza.
She's not?
Well, she might.
She might.
But only on half. But see, even then, though, we'll each get like a small pizza for ourselves because I don't want any kind of stuff like that in near my pizza.
Now,
because she'll put all kinds of vegetables on it. Nobody wants green stuff.
I don't mind vegetables. And by the way, pineapple's not a vegetable.
I know, but it's in that.
It's a fruit.
When it comes to pizza, anything but meat is in that category.
See, here's my question: if you're putting pineapple on there, why not strawberries? Why don't you put some grapes on there?
Well, you probably could.
I mean, I don't know. We could put some.
Have you ever tried it?
Put a banana on there.
Elvis loved his peanut butter banana sandwiches.
Well,
you never know.
Dude, I don't know.
You might be onto something.
I could be.
Look, this is Mellow.
We'll talk to Scott Van Pelt. Where is he? We'll
Exactly. They deliver a higher order of pizza here at Mellow Mushroom. So I would imagine you got the munchies. You can put all kinds of stuff on your pizza because they'll do it here if they've got it. They will.
Well, I'm sure they will.
For a small fee, they'll put whatever you want on that pizza.
Oh, my goodness. Say we just ran them off. They're leaving us.
Well, it's because we're making fun of them. Because you're making fun of them.
Yeah.
They want to go sit on the patio.
Absolutely. They do have a nice patio here, and it's beautiful outside.
Absolutely.
It is fantastic outside. You need to get out here and come see us. Mellow Mushroom, Stone Oak, and 1604. Get on out here. And happy hour is going on until 6 o'clock tonight.
The holy what?
Shiitake.
Yeah.
Holy shiitake. Now
you got to try that pie
Caleb,
too, they say.
Shiitake.
Caleb's busy.
It's a mushroom, right? Shiitake.
Yeah.
See? I told you. So it's a mushroom pizza.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want mushrooms on my pizza.
Dude, I love mushrooms on my pizza. I love mushrooms. Now, Pledge, I don't want you to put a poll up, but I'm going to ask the people on our YouTube, our San Antonio.
Make it a poll.
Well, you can make it a poll, Pledge.
I took a poll.
Yeah. So will you make a poll? Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? Something to that effect, Pledge. Will we end the show here? Because it has to be.
It's probably a lot more 50-50 than I want to believe.
And not just.
But you do a good job of pissing people off. Hell, you even pissed off Caden's dad.
I did. I pissed off Caden's dad.
Yeah, you made
Sorry,
Mr. Mayo
Caden's
mad.
dad.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to.
Gee,
Caden.
Who else are you going to piss off? The Pineapple Society?
Well, I probably already have done that, unless that's the swingers we're talking about.
Oh, what?
The upside down pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what we're talking about.
I had to grind on that ugly ass dude.
Wow. Place, this is a family restaurant.
Has that ever stopped us?
No, it hasn't. It has not.
Nor should it.
So, yeah, Pledge, can you do that real quick? Just a pineapple, yes or no, on your pizza?
The answer is no.
Well, it should be no. I hope we get a big spread there of no's to yeses. But
Big spread, huh?
Big spread, yeah. We got a lot of NFL news that we need to get to, and we'll do that coming up here in just a moment because Rashawn Gary signed his deal. He's officially a Dallas Cowboy now from the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Aubrey also spoke to the media, and there's been no movement on Brandon Aubrey's deal. So I don't know what's going to happen with Brandon Aubrey. You think he's going to play under this tender, this $5 million?
I mean, he's a kicker, and it's a $4 million raise from what he had last year. It's not the $10 million he's asking for, but Brandon Aubrey doesn't seem overly concerned because he knows he's a kicker. He's restricted. He's not the priority. Be cut too.
No waiting pattern. There's a lot of moving parts with the Cowboys at the moment, and there's players that aren't restricted that they got to sort through first because with that restriction, movement is significantly more difficult. So they go through, and there's more important fires to put out, and then they can circle around when things calm down and talk to me.
Well, I appreciate the fact that he understands that he's not a priority right now. He's stuck with the Cowboys whether he likes it or not, unless somebody comes in and gives up a second-round draft pick, and I don't think anybody's going to do that. Even for a guy as talented as that, nobody gives up a second-round pick for a kicker. Nobody does that.
Well, I mean, it's certainly a possibility.
Nobody does that, Minix.
But I think that's why Jerry did that. And again, it could happen, and then Jerry would have to make a decision. The idea that we've spent this much time talking about a kicker and his contract is in some ways kind of comical, but it might just be the business game that Brandon Aubrey and his agent are playing because the idea of signing early didn't make sense. Asking for 10, if he would have got it, sure, you take it. Now, the kicker is the one position I didn't look to see, all right, what are the other free agent kickers out there like I have with wide receivers or other positions, because when this guy signs, this guy's going to make more. You don't want to be the first one to sign. Well, Kaimi Fairbairn got a really good contract from the Houston Texans.
He did.
2-year deal worth about $6.5 million a year, and so that became the new average per year record. Well, all right, now maybe Brandon Aubrey has a more realistic asking price, but he even said he's excited that the new market level was set.
Yeah, that's always a positive. Anytime the market goes up as a whole, every kicker makes money. So when he signs a new record contract, that makes the guy who's signing number 32 contract, whether that's a rookie contract, like I'd say anybody who's signing a new deal, the price has gone up a little bit.
$6.5 million a year is what Fairbairn is getting. 2-year deal worth $13 million. Now, I don't know how much of that is guaranteed, but that does make him the highest paid kicker by about $1 million, right? Roughly, or 500,000, I think, something like in that
Harrison
neighborhood.
Bucker was just over 6.
Okay, so he is the highest paid kicker now. Brandon Aubrey, I would assume most likely will be, but you got to wonder, and obviously he's in no hurry. But if the reports are accurate that they offered him $7 million or right at $7 million a year, you got to wonder if at some point Aubrey and his representatives think, that's not a bad deal.
Well, and it's not. And his rep is Todd France. But what we don't know about the $7 million or $7.5 million or whatever it was that would have put him $1 or more over what Harrison Bucker was making, how many years was it? And what was the guaranteed money? Because you think about Todd France, his agent, also the same agent for Dak Prescott. The average per year is nice and it looks good, but what are the guarantees that he's looking for? How many years was he looking for at that number? And, maybe it's some of that stuff that it might have looked good on paper, but was it a really good contract for Brandon Aubrey, that initial offer? And again, knowing how the game is played, when the Cowboys made that offer, they knew their option was, because he's restricted, they could put the second round tender on him, let the league kind of set the market, and then go from there. Which, asking for 10, how serious were they? Well, I mean, if the Cowboys would have said yes, you celebrate. If they say no, you weren't really expecting to get 10 anyway because, the math on all these contracts, the percentages didn't quite add up. He's good, but is he $3 million, $4 million a year better than the next guy?
No.
I can go find another kicker. Might not be as good or consistent as Brandon Aubrey, but for $1 billion. And where do the Cowboys want to invest? Because that's the other part. The more they're giving Brandon Aubrey, the less they have for a linebacker or another cornerback or offensive line depth, because they're going to have to rob Peter to pay Paul, if you will, on how they're spreading out the budget. That's the challenge that all these teams have when it comes to having a salary cap.
Well, absolutely, and you just don't give kickers that much money, and Aubrey knows that. Todd France knows that. But if you're not asking, well, you're not getting. So you might as well ask. But again, that's why I don't understand Aubrey in a lot of ways, or Todd France at this point in time. And maybe they are playing the waiting game to see what else is out there or what else happens. But if those reports are true, and it's right around $7 million a year, you're going to get $21 million because they talked about a 3-year deal. And about 15, 16 or so, 17 guaranteed? I mean, bird in the hand sometimes a hell of a lot better than a second-round tender for sure.
Yeah, but closed mouths don't get fed. So ask for 10, and now that Fairbairn has reset the market, now when you go to negotiate, you're working with a different set of numbers and something that's a lot more likely. Now, one thing we do know, Brandon Aubrey does not want to leave Dallas. His words.
Yeah, it's not something that I have control over as the term restricted applies there. So obviously Dallas is my home. I'd like to keep it that way. So it would be nice to get a long-term deal going. Just need to, sit down and have that conversation.
Dude, Dallas will always be your home, Brandon. It always will be.
What do you mean?
You don't have to leave.
Yeah. If he's making $8 million a year, he can go visit the wife and kid on the private jet.
That's it. You could go play somewhere else and come back home. You could always come back home.
Southwest.
Oh my gosh, what a baby!
Jeez,
what a baby that was. Oh my God, I don't want to leave home. Oh my gosh. You want that dude for your kicker?
I do.
What a baby.
Oh, stop.
Come on.
Dallas is his home.
Give me that half club guy. What was his name? Long time.
Dempsey.
Kids these days.
I want a guy that is tough. Got his foot cut off, for goodness sake. Probably just stood there and took it. Like, this feels good. That's who I want kicking for me. Come on. You kidding me?
What was in our pizza earlier?
I have no idea, but it feels good, brother.
Jeez.
It sure does. Hey, we got a lot more to talk about. You can find out what's in the pizza. All you got to do is come to Mellow Mushroom right here at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Happy hour is underway. It goes until 6 o'clock tonight. Everything behind the bar is half price. Everything behind the bar is half price, in case you didn't hear me clearly. That is an incredible deal. In fact, it is the best happy hour in town. I don't think there's anyone that does it any better than they do here at Mellow Mushroom. Come on out and have a drink. Start your weekend early with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocation, sprains, and strains. They're conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, they have everything you need to treat your injury. But best of all, no emergency room or urgent care copays. So if you're injured because you asked for pineapple on your pizza, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
If you've been thinking about buying a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, think Ancira.com. Browse through thousands of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs. Shop for your next new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Buick, or GMC. Looking for an import? We have a huge selection of Kias, VWs, and Nissans. For your home away from home, a full line of RVs and campers. And you'll always get the lowest Ancira price in-store or online at Ancira.com.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Ah, the most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And Tax Slayer is here to help you file. We guarantee 100% accuracy and your maximum refund. Those are some good numbers. And you can trust me because I'm a talking calculator. Did I mention Tax Slayer even has support from real US-based humans? If you have any questions along the way, beat the rush and start for free today. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
The St. Patrick's Day parties at the Roo Pub are legendary, and this year it will be the biggest St. Patrick's Day party ever. An all-day block party starting at 11 a.m. The green beer will be flowing, live music with Finding Friday on the outdoor stage from 6 to 9. DJs at both the Roo and Angry Elephant before and after the band. It's an all-day party March 17th, and this year is going to be bigger and better than ever before. So plan now to celebrate St. Patrick's Day the right way at the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant, 281 in Redmond Road.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
America's #1 destination for lifted trucks, custom builds, and off-road ready vehicles is here. Lifted Trucks. San Antonio is on the corner of I-35 and Judson. Shop over 1,000 lifted trucks online at liftedtrucks.com or visit one of our Texas locations today.
All right, fellas, quick heads up. The 94-1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic at the Golf Club of Texas on Monday, March 30th.
Yeah, it's officially sold out.
But don't worry, you can still be part of the fun. Join us after the round for the ultimate golf after party at 90 Proof Bar and Grill at Lucky Road Ranch and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and about 1,000 exaggerated stories about the one drive that almost hit the fairway. The sold-out Spring Golf Classic, presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Jim B, and Sarah Auto Group, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails, PPL Motorhomes, and Hornitos Tequila.
Back here live, Mellow Mushroom, 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. That's where we are. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and we do have a poll up on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page since we are here at Mellow Mushroom. They have great pizza, but would you ruin that great pizza by putting pineapple on it? That's our poll question. Pineapple on your pizza, yes or no? Right now, the no's have it, 58% to 42%, but a long way to go. So you can go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page and vote in our poll.
I didn't know we had that many female listeners. Because at least here at Mellow Mushroom, ladies are the ones putting pineapple on their pizza, and the guys are at least saying, yeah, on half. Now, maybe it's just the guy who really wants the pineapple but doesn't want to admit it, so she's taking the bullet for him.
I think that's accurate.
That could be a possibility.
That's accurate.
Because, ladies are lovely, and they will do that for you. I can't let those guys make fun of me.
That's right.
You say that was for you.
That was for you.
But like those two dudes sitting over there's no pineapple.
Are you sure?
No. And they keep laughing at the pineapple.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
or they've ordered pineapple. It's coming. They're regretting their decision.
Well, they're going to tell the server, can you bring that around over here and cover it with a box?
You can't hide it.
Yeah, make sure that you cover that with a box. So, lots going on in the NFL, obviously, as we're into the new league year, free agency period. Been a lot of movement, but some teams have not moved and kind of surprised. When you're talking about Minnesota at quarterback, Pittsburgh at quarterback, and the Arizona Cardinals need a quarterback.
Well, the Arizona Cardinals have a lot of needs, but I mean, let's start with Kyler Murray visiting with Minnesota today, and he makes so much sense for the Vikings and won't be expensive. So where does that leave Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers? Because it doesn't sound like Pittsburgh has shown a lot of interest in any of the available quarterbacks. Now, could it be Kirk Cousins if Aaron Rodgers decides to play or not play? But Aaron Rodgers a week ago on Pat McAfee said there hasn't been anything meaningful conversation-wise with him and the Steelers, although his love for Mike McCarthy has certainly changed since, Mike McCarthy got let go in Green Bay. So, but that's an offense he's familiar with. I can't imagine that Aaron Rodgers ends up in Arizona because they've got no chance at winning, right? None. But could Kirk Cousins end up there if that were the place? Because at least he knows he would have a job for a while. Now, again, barring any kind of trade, but there's no quarterback linked to the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. And the kind of quarterback that Mike McCarthy is going to want to have. And Aaron Rodgers certainly makes sense there. The Kyler Murray to Minnesota deal is the one that is kind of fascinating. And what if he ends up there? Would the Vikings try to flip a J.J. McCarthy? What other dominoes could fall? Is there a backup quarterback somewhere that could end up getting a job with one of these teams that aren't going anywhere but are in need of having a starting level quarterback in the NFL?
I just wonder, Minnesota specifically, if they do get Kyler Murray, and it appears that they are going to sign him. He's visiting with them. That's been the rumors since even before Arizona let him go or even said that they were going to do that the Vikings. So obviously they're not sold on J.J. McCarthy, but I don't think they'll flip him yet. I mean, he's still on a rookie deal. He's just going into his third year. So I think at the quarterback position, they're going to be in really good shape because they're not going to have to pay Kyler anything. The Arizona Cardinals are taking care of that. So at quarterback, they're in really good shape salary-wise. So I think they'll stick with that for a little while, or I feel like they will. Because let's face it, you draft a J.J. McCarthy in the first round, and I just don't think they want to admit to making a mistake just yet. There's got to be something in him that they saw that made them take him and expend that kind of draft capital on him. So maybe they think of Kyler. This sounds like you talk about an oxymoron. Maybe a Kyler Murray will be a good influence on a J.J. McCarthy as they're playing video games in the locker room.
I think if you bring in a Kyler Murray, it's long term. And of all the quarterbacks that were bought out, he's the one that feels like he wants to go somewhere to start and not be a bridge quarterback or a backup, even though it'll be a one-year deal and maybe he can get a new deal from the Vikings. This year he's playing for minimum, and then the following years he could have a real deal. Because honestly, and I know, a lot of people are mixed on Kyler Murray, but I know what that dude did in high school in Texas.
Sure.
He won 3 state championships. And we know what he did in college. And I know how well he played initially with Arizona under Cliff Kingsbury. I think about a Kevin O'Connell, a Justin Jefferson, and that Minnesota team had such piss-poor quarterback play last year, yet they were still kind of in the mix.
They were.
And so you add a quarterback, I mean, Kyler Murray is certainly not top 10. I don't even know that he's top 16, but could he be in the top half in that Minnesota system? Where you're playing the majority of your games indoors. Because obviously he would have to go play outdoors in Chicago at least once and outdoor in Green Bay at least once. Detroit is going to be twice. But I just think about Minnesota and how competitive they were last year with some of the worst quarterbacking that you've ever seen, especially when McCarthy got hurt. Some of the dudes they rolled out under center, and yet they were competitive. I forget what the record was without looking it up, but I think Kyler Murray in that offense and Minnesota would be back to the level they were 2 years ago with Sam Darnold, knocking on 14 wins. Not that they would get there, but could they get 12, 13 wins and at least be competitive in a division that feels like right now, depending on what Detroit does, but obviously they're probably going to be back in the mix. Is Chicago going to regress, or are they going to build on what they did last year? But I think if you throw Kyler Murray in there, Minnesota would be back into that conversation as being a playoff caliber football team.
Well, you think a lot more Kyler Murray than I do, obviously.
Yeah.
And I look, he's obviously a talented guy. There's no question about that. He's got the talent. But what's between the ears? And that's my question. And not to mention the fact he hasn't played football in a while. I mean, it's been a while since that young man played football. So I'm not that sold on him. I think they're gonna sign him and give him an opportunity, but I think he's got to go into this thing, and I just don't think they're going to hand him the job. I think they got to see what they've got in McCarthy, and can he compete with a guy like Kyler Murray? I would fully expect Murray to win the job. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not as sold on him as you are, and I'd have to see it first and foremost. If Minnesota thinks they can do something with him, and they have been successful with other quarterbacks, and so be it. We'll see what happens, but. I just think Minnesota at this point in time is, look, we need a quarterback and we need to try something different because J.J. McCarthy, at least for now, is not the guy.
Well, and again, I look at Arizona needs a quarterback. Who else needs a quarterback? Because, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of available jobs. And
Jets, Browns.
Well, the Jets and Browns, the Jets got Geno Smith. And the Browns have 78 quarterbacks on their roster, although they don't have any. Although they do have a Pro Bowler from last year. You've got a Deshaun Watson. If that guy can walk again, he's still probably the best quarterback on that roster. But when you look at who's available, I mean, Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins are the biggest names out there. Russell Wilson. We've talked about, Kyler Murray, Tyrod Taylor, Zach Wilson, Joe Flacco, Jimmy Garoppolo.
He's still out there.
Carson Wentz. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo might be one of those. I mean, this guy took a team to a Super Bowl and then found his way to a milk carton.
Yeah,
right.
That's very true.
I mean, he's more known for dating that porn star now than actually going
as he should be. Should be.
Well, because she put pineapple on her pizza. So when you look at it, take all the puns you want with that. But honestly, Arizona, where do you turn? Now, a lot of guys with experience. I mean, I'm sure there's some other guys that have held clipboards for a while that would be available, but none of those guys, outside of, say, maybe Aaron Rodgers going back to Pittsburgh, would excite a fan base. But one of those guys at least makes Arizona somewhat competitive, don't they?
Well, no, I do, and I don't think Arizona's that far behind. The problem is they're in a tough division. Kirk Cousins, to me, makes the most sense there. And what I would do if I'm Arizona, I sign him to a 2-year deal. And I draft a quarterback.
For how much? $100 million?
No.
It's Kirk Cousins. He doesn't,
I don't care.
He doesn't take less than that.
Well, he's going to have to now, or he's going to go work in a TV booth somewhere.
And he probably should. He saw they got rid of Tony Dungy officially.
I saw that. Maybe they will.
It's to make room for Kirk Cousins.
We're sitting here talking about Kirk Cousins, and he may not even play football anymore.
Yeah.
He may decide he wants to go into the TV business. But if he's available, I'm signing him. And I'm drafting a quarterback. Not this year because the quarterback market sucks. But next year, I'm drafting a quarterback, and you still have one more year of Kirk Cousins to try and help groom this young man and get him started. It's to me, the Cardinals have got to figure out a way to get that next step. Obviously, Kyler Murray didn't fit there. It didn't work well with them for a variety of reasons. So they've got to start over. They got to do something different. That's what I would do. If Cousins wants to play, I'm signing him. I'm trying to sign him. And I'm not going to break the bank. I mean, isn't he still getting money from Atlanta?
Yeah.
So I don't know that you'd have to. So that's what I would do there. Pittsburgh's a whole different story. If Aaron Rodgers
well, how long do you wait for Aaron Rodgers?
I don't.
Well,
I don't.
But they are.
Well, I don't know why. And the only reason I could figure out that they would do that is because they have Will Howard. They drafted him last year. Mm-hmm. Does he still need some more grooming? And is Aaron Rodgers doing that? Is he helping that kid try to become an NFL quarterback? Or when does McCarthy say, hey, it's time to turn the keys over to this young man and see what he can do? I don't know. They've got a couple of wide receivers there now that would help him certainly. If they did that to try and lure Aaron Rodgers back, they're nuts. But, okay, so be it. They're Pittsburgh. I really don't care what they do. I just don't.
But it is Mike McCarthy who has a relationship with them.
Well, sure.
And because it's Mike McCarthy, I don't know how to evaluate Will Howard as far as what the new coach and new offensive coordinator want to do with that guy. Now, knowing Mike McCarthy as well as we do, being around him for many, many years when he was in Dallas, although this offseason he didn't take the time to study everybody and kind of handpick a job, but we knew he was going home. But Mike McCarthy is the first one to tell you he's got a championship caliber program without a ring, and he goes into every program that way. So I don't know that he attracted to the Pittsburgh job because it was available, because it was allowing him to go to his hometown team, or because he liked the quarterback situation there with Will Howard and potentially Aaron Rodgers, or because the GM there said, hey, get here, we'll find you the quarterback that you want. You know, you've got a little bit of leeway because if they don't get a quarterback, they're not going to be expected to win. But we talk about the Cowboys drought. You know, Pittsburgh has had that drought of not winning a playoff game that seems like
a long time.
I mean, and again, we know the standard in Pittsburgh. You know, Cowboys, you know, we talk about it, but the reality is we all know the history there. Pittsburgh is a little bit different. And the playoff failures cost a guy that had that job forever, and Mike Tomlin, his opportunity.
Well, it was time for Tomlin to go anyway. Now, I think Tomlin was ready to go, to be totally honest with you. His long time there. Aaron Rodgers looked like the Walking Dead in the playoffs. I mean, he really did. He looked horrible.
He did.
He looked like an old man, and I don't think it's going to get any better. So I'm not sure exactly what anybody sees in this guy other than his name, is Aaron Rodgers, and what it used to be. I just don't think he's that anymore, and I don't think he's going to be that. And if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike McCarthy, I'm thinking of a plan B. And you're getting the hell away from that guy because it's going to cost you another $10 million where maybe you could do something different. I don't know. But Aaron Rodgers, it's time to hang it up and go smoke the pot somewhere in a hole.
Well, he could do that and still play.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying that's what he needs to do.
You just want to get him into the darkness retreat.
I just want to get him the hell out of here. How about that? Let's just get him the hell out of there, and everything will be just fine. You need to get out here to the Mellow Mushroom, 1604 Stone Oak Parkway. You got an hour left, or a little over an hour left in happy hour. And it's the best happy hour in town. Everything behind the bar is half off. Everything. That's everything. And I see some really expensive alcohol back there that you can get for half price for the next hour. So get on out here. Come see us. Mellow Mushroom, 1604 Stone Oak Parkway. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Everybody has walked outside today, I know, and you've seen how beautiful it is. The weather is simply fantastic. It's the middle of March. Springtime is coming. Beautiful blue skies. It is a perfect time to go out to the Golf Club of Texas. Dust those golf clubs off. Get out to the Golf Club of Texas. Play some golf. Get out there, enjoy some sunshine and fresh air, and just have a good time. And look, the Golf Club of Texas is a perfect place to do that. The improvements they've made to that golf course are second to none. They have done so many things out there, including zero-scaping the areas to make it more beautiful. Fresh turf and sod out there that they've done. Golf cart paths, brand new, all over that golf course. It is phenomenal. It looks like a country club. It's not, though. It is open to the public 7 days a week. And let me tell you something. When you go out there, you need to go into the Tin Cup Bar and Grill. Have some lunch, and then have dinner after the round. Either way, you're going to love this place. The food is fantastic. They've got a huge bar. They'll make you any kind of cocktail that you can imagine. Nothing is off limits. And they've got a huge selection of ice-cold beer, whether that's on draft or in a bottle in a can. The Tin Cup Bar and Grill is a perfect place. And if you're not playing golf, you ought to go out there anyway. Have lunch, have dinner, take the family out there. Perfect place to feed everybody, have a good time, and you're not going to break the bank. It is a great place. The Golf Club of Texas, you know exactly where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether it's for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, your next tournament, like us here at San Antonio Sports Star. You got to go check them out. Best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is KTFM Floresville and streaming online at sasportstar.com.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Craft beers, full bar, hard kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, and massive LED screens. Attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit novobrew.com. That's NOVObrew.com.
Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits is welcoming new furry family members. 6,000 square feet of indoor play, 5 outdoor yards, and trained staff for your pup. Call 210-750-1298 today. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits.
Hey golfers, you could win a set of custom golf clubs from Flight by Yingling. Imagine hitting the course with a set of custom clubs valued at $2,800 with a cold flight, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Enter now at yingling.com/golf. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older. Flight by Yingling, presenting sponsor of the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament on Monday, March 30th. Flight by Yingling. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyer4us.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyer4us.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyer4us.com.
Join NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse, the San Antonio Gunslingers, and Real Truck for a pregame tailgate party. Saturday, March 28th. Bring the family and meet the team ahead of their March 29th season opener with free food, games, and prizes. Plan your tailgating and seasonal adventures with Real Truck products like Undercover Ultraflex, Retracts, and other outdoor must-haves. Join NAW, the Gunslingers, and Real Truck for a free family event on Saturday, March 28th at Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Culebra Road. Online at nawtruckaccessories.com.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Victor Wembanyama listed as questionable tonight in a big game inside the Frostbank Center against the Denver Nuggets. Tip-off is set for 8 o'clock. It will be televised on FanDuel Sports Network. Well, a lot of college hoops going on as well. The Texas Longhorns bounced from the first round of the SEC tournament last night. They fall 76-66 to Ole Miss. A&M takes on Oklahoma tonight, 8:30.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That's right, and we are live at Mellow Mushroom, Stone Oak Parkway in 1604. That's where we're at. That's where you need to be because, well, it's just a place to be on this Thursday afternoon. Happy hour underway for another hour. Get on down here. Everything behind the bar is half price. This is the Blitz. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
Get out here, register to win at those SeaWorld tickets. We got SeaWorld and Aquatica tickets we're going to give away. There's a great couple here at the bar. Heading to the Spurs game tonight.
Yeah.
So they're pre-gaming, a little dinner, a little pre-game before heading down to the Frostbank Center. It will be her first ever Spurs game.
Nice.
So would you be upset if Wemby doesn't play because he's questionable? She's not sure who he is.
Well, it's okay. She'll learn.
She's going to have a good time tonight.
She'll get an education tonight.
She's getting out of the house.
Absolutely.
That is the key.
Look, it'll be fun. Oh, not sure how that applies, but I always like to hear it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So did she for some reason.
Yeah, she smiled, yes.
Yeah, she did.
We've got a poll up since we're here at Mellow Mushroom on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Very simple poll. And it's pineapple on your pizza, yes or no. The yeses now have overtaken the no's, and I think people are just doing that to piss us off.
It's straight
sarcasm.
I got
a 54% to 46% right now.
It was like 58 at one, or it was a lot of smart people, and now it's just people just being donkeys, saying yes, it belongs on pizza.
Yeah.
See, and even this lady here at the bar who's got the pineapple on her pizza. She's pulling all the pineapple off and then eats it like individual slices. So you can get a bowl of pineapple and eat your pizza.
Yeah,
right?
But the flavor kind of cooks into the pizza, right? Is that what I'm – yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
Right. It's a very educational day for us here at Mellow Mushroom.
It really is. It's been a great day. Very educational, as you said. It's well –
yeah,
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I just want to know, what did you do to piss off James Pledger?
Did I piss him off?
Apparently.
Why?
Because he just posted on the San Antonio Sports Star Instagram a video of you missing bad putts with the caption, "Hope you putt better than this at our sold-out golf tournament coming up on March 30th."
Dude.
Like, he's got every bad outtake. And I blame Caden for sending these to him, but it's just all your bad putts the other day when we were over at San Pedro driving range.
But it doesn't matter. I had a few of those, but if I recall.
But the good shots aren't there.
If I recall, I won.
Oh, you did. By 20 strokes. But the reality is that there were a lot of good shots that somehow haven't made our socials. It's just all pledged, saying you guys have all the fun. I will post all the negative.
I got a question. How many great shots were there? Because I've heard like normal to win that tournament, you guys shooting. And I heard y'all come in with scores of 50. So I'm questioning how many great shots there were.
Well, let me tell you something. The people that shoot 30 are the people that work there, that play that course every day.
Yeah.
All right. And I guarantee
most of them were high 40s and very close to what we did.
No, I challenge you right now, James Pledger. We're going to go out to the San Pedro driving range, and we're going to play that putt-putt golf course.
A beer bet, huh?
And I'm going to kick your ass.
Oh.
So you can't beat me on the real course, so you're taking me a putt-putt now?
Oh, wait a second. I have a scorecard that says different, buddy. All right? So don't give me that.
I got one too from your home course.
hang it in my office.
So, what is it? I think Pledge is up 2-1, though.
I don't think so.
I think, because you guys split at Golf Club of Texas.
Yep.
And then you went to your fancy-ass country club, and he kicked your ass there. But you were telling me that you just were having a bad day.
Oh, it was a bad day.
It was a bad day.
It was a bad day, but it doesn't matter. I mean, so is it best of 5, best of 7? What I mean,
I think right now, though, you act like you own this guy, but you are down.
I don't remember those rounds that he won.
Well, I don't remember the round you won.
Well, all you have to do is go in the office, and the scorecard's hanging there, Pledge. It will be there forever.
Well, I witnessed 2 of them, and I remember.
I'm just talking about the putt-putt course since, you obviously think it's pretty easy.
And then he's going to go kick your ass on the par 3.
No, he won't.
You don't think so?
No, come on.
Yeah,
Jason,
come on.
please.
Absolutely.
You know better than that.
Uh-huh.
You know better than that.
Uh-huh. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I love how he takes those videos, and that's what he posts.
I know. I see that.
Content, baby.
That's okay. I will putt better next time. So now I know the course. Yeah, that course was a challenge.
Well, so Pledge gets to go get a practice round?
No.
There? Oh, so you want him to go lose his virginity on that course, and it will be your second time around?
Yes.
So you have the advantage.
Of course.
Really?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And you
It's
think
exactly what I want.
That's fair?
I think it's perfectly fair. Yes.
And then when he wins, what will your excuse be?
Try to shove it up their ass.
Well, I don't have to have an excuse, brother.
But you will.
You will.
Well, I don't, because I'm not going to lose.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
The Spurs and Nuggets tonight, big game. I mean, seriously, although and because it's a late start, we won't get any update on Wemby during this fine broadcast.
No.
But the fact that he's on the injury report is obviously concerning, but I do wonder if he plays. You get the Joker playing. They played in Houston last night, although Houston didn't put up much of a fight. Denver rolled them, but another big-time matchup for the Spurs on this homestand, playing what I think is a legit contender. Houston's good, but I don't think they are a legit contender. Denver is, and Denver just reminds me of the Spurs in their heyday. It doesn't matter what they're doing right now because when the playoffs start, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Well, look, when you've got arguably the best player in the NBA, and right now, because their games are so different, you got SGA, obviously is SGA, but the Joker, for a big guy like that, can do all kinds of stuff that just normal humans can't do, which is what Wemby can do too, by the way. But Wemby will get there and have his time. The Joker is an amazing talent, and I just think it's why tonight's game is going to be interesting to see, because Joker is going to play. I'm hoping Wemby plays as well. Look, if Wemby doesn't play, advantage Joker, is it not? I mean, big time.
Absolutely. And again, even though he's coming off the second night of a back-to-back, but Wemby too. And again, he has said postseason awards matter to him. I don't think he would sacrifice trying to win a postseason award and play if he is hurt, but also because he's got so few games to play with that he would sit one out just because they do matter. I don't think he would jeopardize overall team goals to try to win the individual award, but also if he thinks he can go, he would play tonight because he doesn't have enough games just to take a night off. Plus, I think Wemby likes these kind of challenges. It seems like the bigger the game, the bigger the opponent, the more dialed in Wemby we're seeing, especially as of late. He's been setting the tone.
Well, look, there's no doubt. And the guy's a competitor, and I get all of that. But it's not at this point in the season, he's got to think about being healthy for when it really matters. The Spurs are pretty much locked in. They can catch Oklahoma City. Don't get me wrong. That is still a possibility. But they're locked into that 2 seed. They're not going to fall beyond that 2 seed. So you got to get ready, and you want a healthy Wemby when the playoffs begin. So it's got to be up to Mitch Johnson. And I don't care. At some point in time, it becomes a coach's call. It's like, I know you want to play. I know you want to do this and that, but we need you for those playoffs. And look, if he's got to sit tonight, sit. And don't hurt yourself any further. If your ankle's already tender and then he rolls that thing and he's out 3 to 4 weeks, then what? So you got to be careful with all of that kind of stuff. So I'm not opposed to limiting his minutes tonight if that's what Mitch Johnson decides is the best thing.
Well,
you want to play him 20 minutes, 22, 23 minutes, fine, and get him the hell out of there.
Well, and because the other part, too, when you just think about rest, there's not a lot on their upcoming schedule. I mean, they play Saturday afternoon against Charlotte. Charlotte's been playing great basketball. Then they play Monday night at L.A., Tuesday night at Sacramento. Next Thursday, home against Phoenix. Saturday, home against Indiana. The following Monday at Miami. Wednesday at Memphis. Then they get a couple of days before a Saturday, March 28th game at Milwaukee. But then back home Monday, March 30th against Chicago. And then Wednesday, Thursday, a back-to-back, a Saturday, a Monday, a Wednesday. Still only have, it looks like, one stretch in there with a couple of days between games. So there's almost every other.
Well, which is, again, where Mitch Johnson has got to decide, and Spurs doctors and Wemby's people too, what is more important, an MVP award, a Defensive Player of the Year award, or a championship banner in the Frost Bank Center. And I think that's where you've got to try and weigh all of that stuff. You want to make the player happy, and you want him to compete if he's able to do that. But if he's not, and there's a chance of something else happening, then you got to be careful. And screw the postseason awards. And I know it's important to him, but yeah, the only postseason award that I think most Spurs fans are interested in is the one at the very end. That's the one you want to win.
100%.
Yes.
And I think Wemby would agree with that. But we also, and again, I'm not trying to contradict. I know individual awards are important. He has talked about that. Also, financial reasons when it comes to getting supermaxes.
True.
That kind of stuff is important, which is why I think after this year they're going to look at this minimum games thing, especially if, say, the Joker, SGA, and Wemby are all not eligible because of games played, knowing that they had real injuries that caused them to miss those games. And that'll be something interesting and worth watching. And, as Stephen Jones always likes to say, the unintended consequences of rules.
Yeah.
I understand the rule was put in to stop load management, but real injuries do happen.
They do.
And, that percentage, all of a sudden, Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler, and we say we got to change the rules on this.
Absolutely.
It would be the same thing if, the eighth guy ends up winning MVP by default.
And you're right, and that would have to change. I think Wemby's going to play tonight. I'll be surprised if he doesn't, to be totally honest with you. But we'll wait and see. It's going to be a good one. The Denver Nuggets in town, Joker in town, and a big game coming up for the San Antonio Spurs. Speaking of Supermax contracts and Supermax guys, the General, John McClain, he's going to join us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The San Antonio Gunslingers have their first home game of the season coming up March 29th over at Freeman Coliseum, a 3 o'clock in the afternoon kickoff against the Tulsa Oilers. The Gunslingers, sixth season about to get underway as they bring explosive indoor football action back to San Antonio. Indoor football is so much fun. High-scoring, thrilling. You get the big hits, the crazy catches, nonstop excitement. It is a ton of fun for the entire family. I highly recommend you get those seats on the floor where you're right in the middle of the action, but keep your head on a swivel because, that football might end up sailing right by you. You could catch it. Player comes over the wall. You could catch the player. You got to give the player back, but you got to keep the football. It is a lot of fun. And, look, we've had a lot of leagues come and go. This is year number 6 for the San Antonio Gunslingers, locally owned. A lot of talent on that roster. I was talking to the coach about a week or so ago, former NFL players, big-time NFL players on this roster, guys that were in training camps and trying to fight their way back to get an opportunity at the NFL. It is good football. It is a lot of fun. Tickets are on sale at SanAntonioGunslingers.com. You can get single-game tickets. You can get the full season package. That home opener Sunday, March 29th, 3 o'clock against the Tulsa Oilers at Freeman Coliseum. Get your tickets now, SanAntonioGunslingers.com.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
People. They're good. Good for laughs, for snorts, for cries, and goodbyes. People are good for doing nothing or getting up to something. People are good for squad goals and squad. People are good for you. Jim Beam, best enjoyed together.
Jim Beam, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, 2026, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky.
Calling all flag football fans, HEB and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Dallas Cowboys Flag Football Classic, presented by HEB. Join us Saturday, March 21st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Star Complex Center in San Antonio to watch local youth flag football teams take the field, hang with Rowdy at the Dallas Cowboys Hall of Fame trailer, and more. For more details, visit dallascowboys.com/HEB flag today.
America's #1 destination for lifted trucks, custom builds, and off-road ready vehicles is here. Lifted Trucks. San Antonio is on the corner of I-35 and Judson. Shop over 1,000 lifted trucks online at liftedtrucks.com or visit one of our Texas locations today.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
George gets justice. The accident wasn't your fault, but now you're facing pain, bills, and uncertainty. You don't have to do it alone. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, they listen, explain your options, and fight for what you deserve. No upfront costs, no stress, just real help when you need it. If you've been injured, it's time to get George. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
All right, fellas, quick heads up. The 94-1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic at the Golf Club of Texas on Monday, March 30th.
Yeah, it's officially sold out.
But don't worry, you can still be part of the fun. Join us after the round for the ultimate golf after party at 90 Proof Bar and Grill at Lucky Road Ranch and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and about 1,000 exaggerated stories about the one drive that almost hit the fairway. The sold-out Spring Golf Classic, presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Jim B, and Sarah Auto Group, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails, PPL Motorhomes, and Hornitos Tequila.
Blitz live, Mellow Mushroom. That's where we are today, 1604 Stone Oak Parkway. You still got about 45 minutes of happy hour left, and they got the best happy hour in town. Come on down and see us here on the Blitz. I'm Joe. He's Jason, and well, it's a great day here.
It is a great day, and breaking news, very easily anticipated news, but it is official. Kyler Murray signing with the Minnesota Vikings. Not a surprise there for sure. Let's talk all things NFL with the General John McClain joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. So, John, let's start there since that's the breaking news. Kyler Murray, I think this is a great move for Kyler, a great move for the Minnesota Vikings.
Well, if it is a great move for them, it means they blew the J.J. McCarthy pick 10th overall. Now, he's flashed some games when he's healthy, thrown 3 touchdown passes, and everybody goes, aha. That's why they reached out to him. They liked him so much, they didn't try to keep Sam Darnold. They didn't try to keep Daniel Jones. Now they're going to try to call on Kyler Murray. And Kevin O'Connell is a good quarterback coach who has not been able to develop McCarthy the way he wants to, primarily because he's hurt a lot. But it's a great deal for the Vikings. $1.3 million, 1 year, make it contract for Murray. He wants to play, he wants to do well, and then try to get a big contract. What I'm skeptical about Murray is his work ethic. When they did that extension with him and when they put those clauses in there about he was required to study tape 4 hours a week, and it got out, and there was so much backlash, they took him out. They put it in there for a reason. And I read today a feature story he did in a magazine a couple of years ago talking about not believing a lot, watching tape, more relying more on his ability. Hopefully he's grown up and matured and understands how important that is, because he's got a team that just is a quarterback away from being real good for the second time in 3 years.
You know, John, back to McCarthy for a second. The Minnesota Vikings have got to realize, I guess, this guy just needs a lot more development. I kind of scratched my head at that draft pick when it happened, just simply because he didn't play a lot or throw a lot, I should say, in college. Were you the same way, or did you think that was a good pick?
No, absolutely, Joe. I'm with you after watching Michigan and the way it won with the running game and defense. And, of course, he made a lot of plays during that season, but I would have wanted him to throw more passes. Now, obviously, they loved him to take him with the 10th pick. He's the only quarterback taken in the first round of that draft who has not turned out to be good. Maybe he will at some point. Maybe he needs a new zip code, but right now, Kyler Murray's going in there. It's a great deal for the Vikings. Hopefully they won't screw it up like they did with Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones.
Well, you know what I find interesting is details are coming out. Ian Rappaport just tweeting that Kyler's 1 year contract includes a no tag clause, which will set him up to be a free agent, a top free agent again in 2027. I say top if he has the year that people would expect him to have. So maybe it doesn't necessarily spell the end for J.J. McCarthy, because I really thought if I'm Kyler Murray and I'm going to Minnesota, you're getting that long-term deal with this 1 year at, the $1.3 million, and then a couple years after, or Minnesota might be looking to start over at quarterback again next season.
You couldn't ask for a better situation for a quarterback coming off a season in which his only team didn't want him back. And the fact that he was on IR most of last season, he didn't take a beating. You guys know how he is. He's short. He has to throw on the run. He has to be able to move some more because he's not tall enough to stay over the lineman, but he's still got great mobility. He's always had a great arm, and he's going to be different than their last three quarterbacks. And it's such an incredible opportunity for him for just the reason that you mentioned. Maybe this time next year he'll be unrestricted and everybody will say, boy, I'd rather have Kyler Murray at 30 instead of one of these young guys in the draft who's got talent but is unproven.
All right, John McClain, talk to me about the Houston Texans and what they've done in the free agent market. I know they've improved their defense again, if that's possible, but they are looking at offensive linemen as well. What is your take on what they've done so far?
Joe, first thing Nick Caserio did, he extended some contracts, and he redid some to clear up money. And they let a couple of guys go on defense. Starting with the defense that you just talked about, Reed Blankenship, starting safety for the Eagles. The one thing they didn't have in the secondary was a second safety with Derek Stingley Jr., Kamari Lassiter, and Jalen Petrie as their three corners. Kalen Bullock as a true free safety, and the deep guy. They need a guy who plays like Petrie does around the line of scrimmage, and they get a 3-year starter from the Eagles who's got a Super Bowl ring. And the other one on defense, Logan Hall, University of Houston, early second-round pick in 2022. He's coming in here to become part of the rotation, and they do a really good job of coaching their inside guys that other teams don't want. They get, and they turn them into productive players. So what we've seen so far tells me they're going to use the draft on their offensive line, which is smart. They have signed Braden Smith, a right tackle from Indianapolis. They've seen him every play he's made since he's been in the league. They've seen multiple times because they play him twice a year. Some people here talk about him playing guard. I say, why in the world do you want him to guard? I'm outside. Looks like we're getting bombarded. Why in the world would you want him to play guard when he's played tackle his whole career? We don't even know if he can play guard. That'd be like the dumb mistakes they've made up to this year. You know, put the guy at right tackle. Don't think twice about it. Get you a center and a guard in the first 2 rounds of the draft, and you'll be ready to show dramatic improvement with David Montgomery in the running game. And then get you a defensive tackle like with the other pick. Right now, they had 3 picks in the first 2 rounds, including 28 and 38. I think Nick Caserio will trade out again for an extra 2 and another pick, and then load up on linemen, and that'd make everybody here really happy.
You know, as we're sitting here on Thursday afternoon visiting with John McClain here on the Blitz, you know, Monday was crazy busy. Tuesday kind of slow, everything becoming official yesterday, kind of slow now. In your mind, is Caserio kind of done now until the draft, other than, you know, some pieces and parts depth type guys?
I think it's exactly what he'll be doing, Jason. And this second wave, and then there'll be a third wave. And that third wave is free agents who were sold a bill of goods by their agents and wondering why they're not getting multiple million, and they're going to have to settle for, you know, maybe $1 million with some incentives to be a late signing in June or right before training camp. But there's still more to go in the second wave, and a lot of teams are looking for depth. Texans are in pretty good shape. Their biggest need was their offensive line, specifically run blocking. So any other moves they make has got to be linemen who can run block, like Braden Smith, who blocked for Jonathan Taylor, one of the best backs in the league with 5 1,000-yard seasons. And I look for him to take a guard or a center in the first 2 rounds with a defensive tackle. But they still got a long way to go for the biggest need on the team. I think we talked last week, one of the reasons I like the David Montgomery trade from Detroit, he had 8 rushing touchdowns last season. The Texans had 9. And over the last 3 seasons, he has 33, and Texans have 34, which shows you how good he is close to the goal line and how absolutely pathetic the Texans have been.
John, I've got to ask you, I'm curious your take about this whole Max Crosby situation with the Baltimore Ravens.
There's a lot of teams that back out of trades, Joe, because of physicals. Now, everybody in the league knew that he couldn't pass his physical 2 months after having knee surgery. So by all indications, the Ravens started thinking, okay, now that they're talking to the agent for Trey Hendrickson, we can get him for less than Max Crosby, and we get to keep our 2 number 1 picks, including 14th overall this year. So let's plug him on the physical, even though everybody knew he wasn't going to pass. So I'm asking you to ask the Raiders, are you better off with the 14th pick, and the best pass rushers may be gone, or Max Crosby, your best player, one of the premier pass rushers in the NFL, a guy who gives 100% on every play? I think they'll look back. This will be a good deal for the Raiders that they backed out, because Max Crosby is a known product, and he was back rehabbing and working out at the Raiders facility this morning and putting out on Instagram, I am a Raider. They did not want to trade him. That was all him. And for whatever reason, he's happy again. So good for the Raiders.
How do you figure Max Crosby can fail a physical, but Trey Hendrickson can pass his and get his deal signed, since they're both coming out of the operating room?
Because any team can get a doctor to fail a player on physical. The most famous I can remember, 2006, Drew Brees coming off shoulder surgery. It was going to Miami. Nick Saban was the coach. And think of how Saban's career, not to mention Alabama, college football could have changed. And he has told people he wanted Drew Brees. The doctors wouldn't pass him. The Saints took him, and he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. Nick Saban might still be in the NFL if the team doctors had taken him. But a lot of times, the team will say, look, we've changed our mind, or we've watched more tape, or for whatever reason, find something. It's legal. Until 3 o'clock yesterday, nothing was legal. So you may think it's unethical, but it wasn't illegal. And I think, I thought it was a bunch of hog, you know what? Dick Eric DeCosta, the general manager, saying they were trying to sign both of them, to have both of them at the same time. And I'm thinking, give me a bleeping break. You letting Tyler Linderbaum get away? You're losing 9 free agents, and you're saying you're going to pay Max Crosby and Trey Hendrickson? What a crock.
Yep. Yeah, I totally agree with that. What a crock. Let me ask you, John, this whole legal tampering period, these 2 days, speaking of a crock, I mean, that to me is just, it invites stuff like what happened with Baltimore.
It's the biggest bunch of bull, you know what, Joe, because there's no need for it. They go to the combine. They all break the rules. At the combine, you're supposed to be able to talk to agents about your upcoming free agents. But, of course, they're talking to agents about their clients on other teams. Everybody does it, and they all admit they do it. Then you come up to legal tampering, which you can reach agreements, but you can't sign for 2 days. What is the point other than you get another day or two of publicity, which is just what the NFL needs? They need more publicity, and the owners need more money because they're going to the poorhouse. It's ridiculous that they have that period. Just get on with it and get to the deadline of the start of the new league year at 3 o'clock on Wednesday. And gentlemen, start your engines.
Which is, the way it should be. Although I do wonder, because it doesn't happen often enough, but a verbal agreement, a handshake agreement, we're Texan. I mean, you got to be a man of your word. Should there be a penalty for a team like the Ravens who get cold feet or find a better deal and back out of something, especially a trade, should there be a penalty for the Ravens for what they did?
Not as long as the rules exist as they do today, Jason. But let's say that was the case. You shook hands and they were at the combine and it was okay to talk, and they shook hands, and the team that didn't want him, say Baltimore, would say, no, I'm just shaking hands when we were leaving, telling you it was good to see you. It was not about that. Or no, it was a fist bump. You misremembered. It was a fist bump, not a handshake. They would always come up with some BS like that.
All right, the most important question of the day, John. We are at Mellow Mushroom, 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Absolutely not.
I agree.
My wife thinks it does. I do not. I tell her, do not even. On my half of the pizza, do not let one bleeping piece, because pineapple does not deserve to be on a pizza unless you're in Hawaii.
Well, even in Hawaii, pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. But as soon as I said that, lady at the bar screamed, yes, it does. But what we have seen here today at Mellow Mushroom, those with pineapple are ladies.
Yeah.
Or guys that, and they do. There were a couple here, they halved it and that sort of thing. Or ladies that will take the bullet for the guys making fun of the guys with pineapple on their pizza. One of the two. We've got a poll up on our YouTube. 51% say yes, it does.
Gosh.
I think that's just a bunch of sarcastic crap.
That's the way my wife and I are. She's got to have pineapple on her side, which is fine. If I don't have to look at it, smell it, or, oh, my God, taste it. And I like pineapple. But if God wanted pineapples on pizzas, it'd be one of the chief ingredients, like pepperoni and onion and green pepper and mushroom and black olives.
Well, John, I mean, what's to stop you? We got to put bananas on there, maybe some strawberries. I don't know, blueberries, raspberries on pizza too. Why not?
A fruit salad pizza. I'll have a fruit salad pizza, please.
I could see you rolling into a Mellow Mushroom, John, and ordering a fruit salad pizza.
I think so. I know Mellow Mushroom's got great pizza. I wouldn't eat a whole lot on it, but good old pepperoni.
That's there you go. Good job. Good job.
Follow John on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. John, we'll talk to you next Thursday, my friend.
Guys, thank you very much as always.
The great John McClain on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
The great John McClain. No pineapple on pizza. And we do have that poll up if you're on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. The yeses have it, 51% to 49%. Go vote.
That's
on
there,
that.
There's voter
Woo!
BS going
voter
on.
fraud
there's
happening
some
here.
shenanigans.
Yes, I think you're right. Exactly right.
Those are just listeners trying to piss you off.
Yeah, I know it. That's all they ever do. Going to cause me
spicy and
mental
naked.
We are out at Mellow Mushroom, though. Stone Oak, 1604. Happy hour going on for another about 25 minutes or so. 20 minutes or so. So come on down here, get yourself a drink, half price. Everything behind the bar is half price. Get on down here and come see us. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. You need that logo on a nice golf shirt, fishing shirt, dress shirt, Sam will get you taken care of. You know he's got all the big name brands, now including Tommy Bahama, to go along with Eddie Bauer, North Face, Nike, Travis Matthew, Under Armour, Port Authority, to name a few. If you need uniforms, he has over 700 uniforms to choose from. All kinds of industries, medical, restaurant, construction, schools, leagues. You need caps done. Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And he's got all the popular cap brands, Katie Caps, Nike, Cap America, the Richardson 112 style trucker caps in stock, waiting for your logo. You can get your T-shirt screen printed. Nobody has better prices. Sam is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too big, no order too small. Call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, or get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410 across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle. Spurs and Nuggets. How did that one go?
Conference tourney time in full play. How's that World Baseball thing going? We'll talk about that. And oh, by the way, did the Cowboys get anybody else? Lots to do. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Juicy, thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. This is Bring Your Appetite food. Novo is attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit NovoBrew.com.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour.
Poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you'll never come
Saturday, March 21st, Alamo Dome.
I wish I didn't, but I do.
With special guests, Camp and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBryan.com. Don't miss Zach Bryan live.
Hi, everyone. Super Bowl champ Vernon Davis here from Legal Help Center. If you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, listen up, because we have legal professionals standing by right now to answer your questions for free. You can find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Vernon. You heard it, folks. If you've been injured, call and find out how much you qualify for. Call 800-702-7300.
Advertisement sponsored by a Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states. Not available in California.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication, manage prescriptions, and get trusted health information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx for an easier, more affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. and it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
On eBay, every find has a story. Like if you're looking for a vintage band tee, not just any tee, the band tee. You wore it everywhere until your best friend stole it. Now you're on eBay. And there it is. Same tee from the same tour. The things you love have a way of finding their way back to you, especially on eBay. Where else can you find that mint trading card you searched everywhere for, or your first car, the one you wish you never sold? It has to be eBay. Shop eBay for millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Back here live at Mellow Mushroom, 1604 Stone Oak Parkway. This is the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy to have you along. Be much better, though, if you were sitting here just staring at us.
Yep.
As we talked about sports and such.
And such.
And such.
And such.
Happy hour going on for another 15 minutes or so. So unless you're here, you're probably going to miss out. But don't worry. They serve up that beautiful pizza for a lot longer. And the bar's still open and the prices are still great.
And again, it's not, I mean, their pizzas are great.
Yeah, absolutely.
The pizzas are the best in San Antonio. The calzones are incredible. The munchies, the appetizers. I've never had the burger here, but it is on the menu.
Burger? I haven't had a burger here either. I've always had pizza here. I need to try something else. I need to branch out a little bit.
The calzone comes in a pizza, like a large pizza box.
Oh.
You can't eat one by yourself.
No way, huh?
No.
It's big.
No, yeah.
That's what she said.
Why did I know you were going to laugh at your own joke? I mean, you were funny and didn't even know you were.
I was trying not to laugh, but I couldn't help it. You know, I'm just, when you're that funny, it's just you can't help it.
Wake up, Joe.
You can't help. I know. Exactly right.
Wake up.
Exactly
hey,
right.
Got some breaking news today in the NBA. Did you hear about this?
No.
Dwight Howard retired.
Oh, what? I thought that dude retired like 5 years ago.
Oh, no, he posted, the NBA retired him, but today he woke up and he's in the news for all kinds of stuff, 911 and all that, but he said today he woke up and decided he was done playing.
Yeah, that was it.
Hadn't had a team since 22.
Did he called the cops on his wife, I think, didn't he?
I mean, there was so many bizarre stories with that dude, I'm not sure, but he is officially retired from the NBA.
Well, who knew? I mean, I was waiting for him to retire. I was losing sleep over that. It's kind of weird, I guess, but good for Dwight. Enjoy retirement, Dwight.
Yeah. His last game was April 10th of 2022.
And he didn't retire then?
Well, he said the league retired him.
Well, dude, I wonder if I don't know. Does that extra retirement pay? Was he still on the health insurance? I mean, what was
it? I mean, it's possible. Although I think when you retire, you get some sort of benefit. But he said, I figured it's time to move on from Superman. I'm no superhuman. I cry, I struggle. I feel like everyone else. Through the lies, the media, and the hate, I still show love and smile through the storm. But now I'm taking off the cape and retiring from all basketball to pour into my family and give back to communities worldwide. All right.
Well, good for you, Dwight. You know, I always thought Dwight Howard could have been one of the best in the NBA if he would have developed an outside jump shot. If for whatever reason he refused to do that and he was just a banger down low, if he would have been able to hit a shot from the outside, I think that dude would have been completely unstoppable. He would have been Shaq-like, although Shaq didn't have an outside shot either. Yeah. But I'm just saying that he could have been, well, I'm trying to compare him to guys that he's not comparable to. However, he would have been one of the best if he would just done that.
But he played for 20 years. And he says on Twitter, I know some of you might think I thought he had already retired, but I didn't. The game retired me. I still had more left to give.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, more left to so he thought he was waiting for a team to call him, I guess.
I guess that's
had to have been, right?
April of 2022, and we're now in March of 2026. You figure now it ain't going to happen?
Dwight's been sitting by the phone for 4 years waiting for a team to call. And it never happened.
It never happened.
It's like a jilted lover.
I mean, sometimes, you know, I hadn't thought about Dwight Howard in a long time. But
I hadn't either.
I know he retired. It's kind of like thinking about Mickey Rourke. I haven't thought about that guy in a long time, but he's in the news today.
Mickey Rourke?
Yeah. He blames rats. He hadn't paid his rent, got kicked out of his place, and he blames rats.
Wow.
Yeah, he said he stopped paying rent on his L.A. apartment because it's plagued by rodents and other serious maintenance problems. They kicked him out. He went to court. The judge said, the apartment complex is right. It is what it is. Judge sided with the landlord, ordered Mickey to vacate the premises, even though he had already left, and he's got to pay back rent. He said it wasn't a decision he made lightly, but 73-year-old is living in a West Hollywood hotel with his dog, and he has launched a GoFundMe to help him avoid eviction.
He was just quick he was a big star, like a ladies' man back when he was younger, and then kind of fell off the planet. He came back with, I know you've seen the movie The Wrestler.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, you haven't. Have you seen it?
Well, and it's written right here on TMZ.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, but again, though, that dude needed a GoFundMe to pay his rent.
I guess.
And he's got rats in his apartment.
He's blown all his money. That happens, Minix. It happens. I don't know. Look, I don't know how it happens, but it does. Ask Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
He blew all his money and then made it back.
Dude, Mike Tyson, Lee Steinberg, people like that, and I've talked to Lee about this many times, but those guys have blown like $100 million more than.
Wow.
And then they're broke, and then somehow they have the ability to go make another $100 million.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, Tyson's doing it with weed. It's just bizarre. Like, I would one time like to figure out how to make $100 million. And challenge myself if I could go through $100 million.
Dude, I would have to hand about 99 of that to my brothers, my financial advisor. I can't touch this ever. And just go make more of it because, dude, at first I'd hop on a plane. I'd be in Vegas and it'd be gone by the weekend.
Well, you wonder, though, like, my goodness, the ability to do it once, yet multiple times.
Crazy. Dude, it's nuts.
Exactly. You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We get you ready for the weekend. We call it What's on Tap. It is brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. Online at samsburgerjoint.com, where you can get your tickets, see their menu, their entire calendar. They've got Blue Water Highway on stage tomorrow night. Chuck Prophet on Saturday. Plan ahead next Wednesday. Fred Eaglesmith will be out at Sam's Burger Joint. That'll be a good show.
Something else tonight, if you're looking to go, we've been talking about this all day. Spurs taking on the Denver Nuggets inside the Frost Bank Center tonight. Out of Green Hall is Lane Bricker playing out there. The majestic Diana Ross at the Majestic Theater. Holy cow. Let's see, at the Alamo Dome, you've got the UIL Boys State Championships going on out there. And Country Wayne Going to make you laugh tonight at the Comedy Club, LOL.
Friday night in the Dome, the Boys State Championships continue. Aztec Theater has Yolanda Del Rio. Roger Krager is at Green Hall.
Nice.
Pancho Barraza at the Boeing Center at Techport. The Rock Box has Club Taylor Speak Now. And Country Wayne still going at LOL Comedy Club.
Saturday night, the Spurs. Well, Saturday afternoon it is. The Frost Bank Center, Spurs and the Charlotte Hornets. Aztec Theater, Bad Flower. You got Roger Krager still going at Green Hall. Stable Hall at the Pearl.
Yeah.
Invery.
Sure.
Recreating Eden and Milestone. If you know who those are, congratulations. Go see them. Tobin Center, the Naked Magicians. Now, where the hell are they going to hide the rabbit? If they're naked,
you don't want to know.
I'm just wondering. That's going to be a hell of a trick. Country Wayne's taking over the LOL Comedy Club because he's back. You're gonna hide a rabbit. Don't knock it till you try it. Huh? Well, I didn't say that,
I'm
but
glad you said rabbit, not gerbil.
Dude, who the hell did that? Somebody was accused of Richard Gere.
Yeah.
The pretty woman.
Keep reading.
Oh, am I still going?
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
What she
The
said.
Subtronics are at Germania Insurance Amphitheater on Saturday night, and then Country Wayne's just taking over.
Green Hall has Soul Sessions on Sunday. Vibes Event Center, The Devil Wears Prada, and little Mo Mazzarello at LOL Comedy Club. I don't know.
Frost Bank Center on Monday night, WWE Monday Night Raw. I know a lot of you are going to be going out there, and Brett Graham is out at the at Green Hall on Monday night.
Tuesday is St. Patrick's Day. You know, the biggest and best St. Patrick's Day party is going to be at the Roof Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. We'll be broadcasting live there Tuesday from 2 to 6. They will open at 11 a.m. with the Green Bear flowing. The band Finding Friday playing from 6 to 9. You know that's going to be a great party Tuesday out at the Roof Pub.
We're not going to be feeling too good Wednesday.
Oh, we're going to be fine.
You think so?
We're professionals.
Well, yeah, professional drinkers.
I know. I mean, Caden doesn't know this yet, but he's going to have to wait and then drive us home.
Well, I know it. You got to stay there, and we'll we'll get the wives to Uber.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
I want to be in North Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah, she leaves again Sunday.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
mine's here.
Yeah.
And I know she'll be there because, there are attractions for her. And I mean the slot machines. That's what I meant. You got to be careful what you say on this fine radio program.
What's on Tap brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online at samsburgerjoint.com.
Oh, my goodness. Thanks to the folks at Mellow Mushroom for having us today. It has been a blast, as always. Love coming out here. Stone Oak and 281. It has been a lot of fun.
Or 1604.
Or did I say 281? 1604. My bad. James, you got a show tonight, brother?
I do. Where'd our poll finish?
You did what?
I was wondering where the poll finished.
Let's see. The no's 52% to 48%.
Keep the poll going
So
for a while.
keep the poll going, Pledge. What the hell? Extra innings with James Pledger coming up next. Be sure and join AJ and Rob in the morning huddle at 6 a.m. And then be sure and join Rob for the Blitz tomorrow afternoon. Starts at 2. Until then, have a great night, everybody.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the Cowboys.